Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6.
What we made it happen. The show went on.
You made it happen.
And,
you made it happen.
And it was great after that. About 6:22, everything was clear. Everything was gold the rest of the time.
The
we had
day
a fun time.
was beautiful.
It was regal.
It was regal. And just in that being in that hangar, it was incredible.
It was
the energy, the energy from the from everyone that was out there. I don't think we had any air over there. I'm not sure.
Oh,
for sure.
Don't know that. Somebody from Grand Island on a
yes, that was
big
windy.
7:45 they landed.
That was
big windy. Big windy came in from
big windy.
GI.
Yeah, a troop of fellers came over from GI.
Yes, I was doing Bill's Thrills at the time, and the entire crowd got up and left. They all got up and left and walked right out. The whole thing left.
You're old news.
There was 50 people there, and I said, "And okay, Bill's Thrills." And all of us got up and walked out right outside, watched it land. When Bill's Thrills was over, they came back in. It's true. There was no one there.
Let's be real, man. It's pretty cool.
Like trying to do a stand comedian comedy act with no one in the crowd. No reaction.
A Chinook flew in.
So yeah.
But you handled that. You saw them leave, and you weren't offended. You kept going.
Yeah, you handled it well
because they stood there and clapped for Hail Varsity. Then they left after that.
Yeah, they clapped and they left. Yeah,
they got the most important part in there. They were clapping to Hail Varsity.
We talked about the importance of the band.
You did
talk
fine.
About the importance of the band.
They Bill's Thrills.
The moment of the band.
The National Guard is I just know that good bunch of dudes.
Yeah, good bunch of dudes. You need to join right now. Get your kids out there and you sign up. Yes.
Paul was amazing. Yeah. Paul tried. There's no doubt in my mind after doing some investigative work on my own on Friday. Yeah. There's no doubt that Paul took us on a quote unquote ride.
Yeah.
That was not a standard.
No,
it was not a standard. This is the mayor. We're going to take her around.
This was not.
We're going to take her around in the Black Hawk. No, we're going to get them.
Like the mayor goes around with the closed doors, right?
I don't know.
They don't go out with the doors open.
That probably. I don't know, but it wasn't just a little joyride. That was not. I mean, come on.
Just remember,
Paul put us through the paces.
A 64 horsepower Briggs and Stratton motor blowing hot air in our face too. That's what it felt like. That's what the hairdryer power was.
Those guys are amazing, though.
It was incredible. It was 160 in there. It was.
We saw what happens in Afghanistan and Iraq. I mean, not fully, obviously, but
there's probably a few things we didn't get.
Oh, we didn't see. Yeah, probably thankfully, actually, on that regard. Yeah, thankfully, we didn't see that stuff.
That was fun, though.
But it was a good time. Thank you to the crew for having us out there and for the great hospitality. We had donuts. We had all sorts of
yeah.
We got backpacks. We got all sorts of patches for our backpacks too, and coins.
Backpack's amazing.
My backpack, and I've got my challenge coins in my backpack.
Do you know how many people want that backpack?
I had about
Yeah.
10 people say, I want that. I said, well, I'm not giving it to you.
Yeah.
This one's mine.
I bet I had 60 people text me,
Yeah.
try to get hands on it.
Give me that
I
backpack.
can't, because number 2 in charge, Dale Alexander's when we brought him out to us. That's Moose's assistant. Yes.
I met Moose. Did you meet
Yeah.
Moose?
I met a lot of people. I can't keep it all straight. I mean, there's certain ones I
It's
remember.
probably a good answer.
It's
Yeah, I
probably good.
do.
You did
I
meet a
always
lot of
remember
people.
General.
Except for Wednesday when we were out there, I said, "Hey, this is Moose," and shook his hand in the hallway. That might have been the other clue. It could have helped. There's no one
Except for
around,
that
and there was
day.
no one around.
Is
So yeah,
Is that Larry?
that's Larry.
Oh, yeah, I know Larry.
Okay, yeah,
Bertiska.
yeah.
He's the general.
Moose, Larry.
General for
safety.
Tisca.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's a fair question. I'm glad you confirmed it. Yeah,
Yes.
Moose is Larry.
Okay.
Now you got it.
Yeah, I didn't know he had a nickname, Moose.
Yeah. It's
I
a
get
good
it.
name.
Yeah.
If you're called Moose, you have a buddy named Moose. That's a good guy to have around. Hey, where's Moose at?
Yeah, and he's super affable. I mean,
Yeah.
he's just a friendly. You know, when you
Yeah.
meet him, just a friendly dog.
And who's the other guy we like so much? His name Igglesby.
Scott Inglesby. He's the one that
Inglesby.
kind of was coordinating
Yeah,
things
do
for
it.
me out there.
Yeah, Mom, I'm with Ingalls.
I'm with Inglesby.
Don't need a first
What you guys
name.
have? Why are you?
Just trust.
Week. I mean, it was Wednesday and Friday for a long time.
For a long time to come.
We're talking about right now.
Yeah.
So it was a fun
Well-
time. Thank you again for your patience, listeners, for hanging with us, because I know we were not on at the right time, but right when we went on, we had like 100 people watching right then. They were ready for us, Bill. They were locked in
The-
the moment we went on the airway.
The number of panic texts I received at
And-
6:04.
You think you
Just for Duke. Duke was the lead guy. Wanted to know what was going on.
What's his
see that doesn't
What's the
help me out,
status?
because
What's
I
going
got
on?
the same text. I'm like, guys, I know.
You're fine. You were
Yeah.
fine.
I think the best part was that myself and Simple handled it very well. We weren't over there. Jake, what's going on? We know.
I
don't
did
think I did it.
appreciate
Well,
that.
we just calmed.
Did I
them.
do that?
We did. We calmed the masses. We hung out with the
Yeah,
guys.
that was very
Yeah,
helpful.
there was no. It's like,
Thank
yeah,
you.
we're good. No, we're good. We're fine.
because you guys know you have no idea how to do that stuff. So
no, you took a shot at us.
no, that's not a shot. That's a fact.
We usually say it ourselves, but
not many
someone else-
people do.
It's like making fun of. It's like, hey, you can't pick on my brother. I can.
Right.
No,
but yeah,
IT stuff is difficult, and it's above my pay grade.
But
Sometimes
my
too.
favorite line that was also said this morning. I don't know. It was at 5:30. He said it over 400 times. Yeah, I'm here at 5:30. Everything worked. Then it
did.
didn't.
It
Went
did.
in- Everything
Yeah.
went in the crapper.
I was confirming that this wasn't a problem the whole time.
It
It
was
was
fine.
wonderful. It
You were fine.
connected both times with their internet and our internet was right away, no issue. And then it crapped out at 5:45,
Yeah.
and it took an hour to fix it, but we got.
I
it
hate
was
seeing
fun.
you. I hate seeing you in that with that much distress.
Yes.
Well, we figured it out.
Special
It was fine.
guest, 7 a.m.
Yeah. So
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
Day.
Oh, by the way, I make the rundown. I send it off to you guys, and then I didn't get informed by Bill this morning. Hey, we got this guy coming to
Okay, we gotta
Stephenson.
go here.
I had
We
no
gotta go
idea.
here.
Apparently,
We got to go here.
We got to do.
yeah, we need to know how the
This
odds
is
are made.
It's directly on you. Yeah, exactly.
I had no idea. Keith Mann apparently is coming in, the associate AD of communications for Nebraska football.
Yes,
He's gonna
Keith
come here
Mann
at
is
7 a.m.
he's the Bombeck of Nebraska athletics.
Yeah,
good
that's a
answer.
good
It's
way.
He's
good
the
answer.
Bombeck of Nebraska athletics. Been here through what, 4 coaches,
At least, yeah,
at least 4.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's
maybe 5. No, he'd been here. I think he would have had Frank.
Yeah, he was definitely here
Callahan,
for Frank.
Bo, Riley, and
Frosty.
Rule. Frost and Rule.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's had a lot of people.
It's been around. Seen a lot of
Been
things.
a lot of
He's seen a
time.
lot of
Yeah,
things.
he'll be
here.
very tan.
He's
He's
always-
always
he's
always
always
tan,
tan.
and he'll self outfit.
He's 10, it's 50 below
Yeah.
in the middle of
I
December.
told you he's a good golfer.
Yeah.
He posts some dang good scores. I've seen him out at some courses around town.
He'll be here at
Thanks.
7. I'll be here at 7. He'll come walking through the door. He'll be very calm.
Very calm.
He'll
He'll have some.
You ever seen a non-calm Keith
He'll
Mann?
have some
yes.
smart. He'll have a smart aleck comment.
yes, I have.
He will shoot a smart aleck comment towards me and Simple.
Yeah.
He'll have a comment.
He does this very well.
Little eye roll.
Bill
with it.
does that.
I roll with it.
Bill does that a little bit.
Semi eye
You know
roll
what I'm
with
talking
it.
Watch
about?
sport
Yeah.
today. Watch sport today.
Yeah,
in studio.
semi eye roll he'll have with it. Yes.
Hey, Keith, who's available today? Are we going to get the defensive backfield? All right, let's talk.
Well,
Turkey.
we do have a depth chart that did come out
Oh,
Friday for
yes,
Nebraska
nice.
football. There's a few things that caught people's attention on the chart.
Let's talk about it.
We have heard the name Alex Bullock throughout fall camp, but guess what? He starts up on a starting line for Nebraska wide receiver. You see, obviously, Billy Kemp, the slot receiver, Alex Bullock, a receiver starting, and Isaiah Garcia, Castaneda are listed as starters at wide
I
receiver.
thought the biggest news easily on the offensive side was Anthony Grant, the third string back.
Okay.
That's what jumped out at me. I knew he wasn't going to be the starter, but I did not figure. I don't think many people figured he'd be number 3.
Well, didn't Rule kind of hint at that?
No.
The other day.
No, he did not hint at that at all.
You didn't think so?
No, I thought he'd be number 2.
Okay.
He said that Gabe Ervin was number 1, but no, I got the impression from Rule that Grant would be number 2. Ramirez a third down back, but I don't know. I don't know what to make. I never know what to make of it, but there's no or there. You know what I'm talking about? Ors.
Yep.
Ors in this case, it's important to note if people are following along, it's alphabetical in this case. So for instance, you see Chief Borders at the jack position or MJ Sherman. A lot of guys are reading that as Chief Borders won the job. No, it's just alphabetical. I'd say it's still MJ Sherman. But that we can go back to offense. Is there anything else that jumped out at you, Jake?
Well, I think that the
Bill?
most important thing, I'll just jump in for Jake, that
Thank you, Bill.
is that 2 true freshmen backup spots on the O line
Mhm.
with
Gunner
Sam
Gatula, yep.
and Gunner. I think those are big. It's also a very positive situation for Nebraska fans. So it's like, hey, we got good young talent. So I'm not saying it's a negative. I'm just saying that a true freshman normally at those spots are harder than you have a true freshman maybe at corner or at running back or different spots in that. Now, you always have to remember that doesn't always mean next guy in the game. So a lot of times it could be, okay, who's your third tackle? Don't know who that is. So that sometimes they swing. Same way at guard.
Swing.
If Piper some reason was out for a series, would it be Sam or would they move? Would Henry go to right and go to left or whatever? That's what you don't know. Those things happen a lot. But for Nebraska fans, it has to be extremely encouraging to have 2 freshmen in the 2 deep at O-line. That's a great situation.
Ooh, nickname alert. Nickname alert. The Big Lutovsky.
Lebowski, Lutovsky. I like it. There you go.
The Big Lutovsky.
Big Lutovsky.
That was first week of Bill's Thrills was nicknames.
Yeah, it was. It was good too. 6'6", 325. Now, as far as the offensive line goes, there's a distinction to be made, and that is the starters are all veteran guys. I even look at some of those juniors as seniors. The backups are all young guys. I mean, all of them are young guys. Mm-hmm. You mentioned the 2 freshmen. Then Justin Evans Jenkins is a redshirt freshman who's the backup center. Lutovsky's a sophomore. He does have 2 starts, so he's the elder statesman of the backup linemen. And then, Tyler Kanak, he's a Utah transfer, so only a redshirt freshman. He gets redshirt last year. Utah didn't play. So it's a big disparity. Veteran starters, really young backups.
Now, do you have audio or did you report this to Sipple last week that Teddy was back in practicing, but I see he's listed 3rd. So that must mean that must be an availability situation than it is. Right. So what's the latest you have on Teddy?
The last we heard, Teddy was trending in the right direction, but by 3rd, it looks to me like he won't. I don't know that you'll see him.
Don't rush him back.
Right.
We learned a lesson. Don't rush big guys back. In general, don't rush guys back.
That.
Don't rush big guys back.
Yeah, you were 100%.
Have you emailed anyone at Nebraska in the training room
about that? Hey, can we just not rush Teddy back?
Well, you were right about that. They rushed him back last year, and Jake said you can't rush big men back. And
I've seen some Dolphins guys get hurt over the years that were rushed back, and so I assume the same thing for the Huskers and any college player. So,
but I don't think they'll rush him. You have a fullback on the depth chart,
Janarian Bonner or Barrett Liebenschutz. See, that's the one that's not official there. Then you have tight end. You've got Nate Borkircher or Thomas Fedoni.
Right.
Still no update on Eric Gilbert in terms of his status for the season. He's not confirmed to be able to play yet, so he's still up in the air regarding if he can play or not.
Here's the deal. I think the other thing to point out in just a big picture sense is this. I don't know. I'm calling it a veteran team. I mean, would you push back on this? 6 junior starters on offense, 3 seniors.
No, it's very veteran. You have
That's not a young team.
You have a starting running back who started before as a true freshman.
Yeah.
He's been around. You have a quarterback that's played 30 games?
Yeah.
Not here, but 30 games
Yes,
of Division I football.
Yep.
And not in the MAC.
Power 5.
So he's played against the Clemsons and those teams. So it's a very veteran.
Just look at up and down the line. I mean, the offensive line's just a bunch of veteran guys, right? I mean, it's just a bunch of veteran dudes.
Mm.
The tight end, Workature, has some experience. Now, they're sophomores. That's not a great example. Billy Kemp is 31 years old. Bullock is young.
Yeah.
Garcia Castaneda is a junior. I think he's a fifth-year junior. You mentioned Sims. The running back room is veteran except for Emmett Johnson. So, yeah. And then on defense, it's 5 junior starters and 3 seniors. They have, I think it's 15 guys total on the 2 deep, a total of 15 guys with at least 10 starts. Okay. That's
It's significant.
Yeah.
It means something here.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So it's an interesting conversation to me because you heard Reimer on Friday, Luke Reimer, say that the veterans went to Rule and said, look, I'm paraphrasing, but we know what happened at Temple, 2-10 first season. We know what happened at Baylor, 1-11 first season. That doesn't have to be here. We have talent on the team. Rule took it to heart. So what you have is a team that it wasn't in shambles. I still hear that. On social media, and it just blows my mind.
On Twitter?
Yeah. Twitter. X.
Yeah.
Are we calling it X?
It's
now?
X. It's actually X.
So
now,
you hear that, but it was competitive after Oklahoma last year, by and large. And the veteran players, and there was a lot of them, wanted to impart that to Rule. Rule took it to heart. And Rule has said, I think he told Andy Staples that this isn't Baylor and Temple. It's not that type of project. They can win. They have enough to win. I mean, I believe they have enough to be 500 and maybe above that. For instance, I would come in here Monday with my mind completely changed on that if they beat Minnesota. I'd say, okay, yeah, they'll probably be above 500. Now, I don't know. I'm just taking it game by game. But, I mean, I got Minnesota as a loss.
Doesn't sound like it.
I got Minnesota as a loss right now. But that's why I would, if they win the game, then I'd be probably over 500 in a prediction.
What if they win the first 4 games?
Then
what would you think?
I'm going undefeated.
12-0. Michigan's going down.
Or at least the Rose Bowl.
Played Illinois. Everybody's going down.
Just making sure.
Yeah. So that's that. This isn't I don't know. I just think it's an appealing conversation if you're a Nebraska fan, I would hope. Because you're building. You have a new coach you're excited about, but you also have all these veteran players that you hope can end on a good note.
Here was Matt Rule from Friday after practice. He was asked about the program's mental state from when he got here to now. Here's Matt Rule from Friday.
I think anytime you have a new coach coming in, there's just a lot of anxiousness and anxiety. They just went head coach. They went from Scott to Mickey, kind of got comfortable with Mickey. Then all of a sudden I show up, it's, hey, does this guy really want us here? What's he going to do? So probably just a lot of hesitation, I don't know the right word, hesitation. Probably a lot of just anxiety about what's the future going to hold. Where do I fit? I think everyone's everything's pretty transparent. We want to have a very positive, stable, transparent environment, a very challenging environment. We're not, you heard me say before, we're a caring, not coddling place. But I just think that they kind of know where we stand. Everyone knows where they stand. They know what's expected. So I think we've come a long way in that regard.
Matt Rule Friday post practice.
What else you got?
There's some more on that one. I think there was a follow-up one to get to from Matt Rule. So here's with the question.
Did you ask the question?
I don't know if I did. I don't
Okay,
think
here
so.
we go. Here's the question with Matt Rule's answer.
I guess what I meant by the question was, did you find the team to be a beaten down team and now maybe they come out?
No, I know what you meant. Yeah, I'm just not going to say anything about that. It's a great question. I don't want to say anything negative about the people that were here before me. And I think Mickey did a great job. I just think, they haven't won, right? When you haven't won, you start being like, man, are we ever going to win? And what we've asked our guys to do is to take ownership of that. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be honest with you. I will answer this though. I think this is like one of the most resilient groups of young people I've ever been around. Like I've said it a couple times. I don't know if people take me seriously. Like I really feel like it's my obligation to watch. I mean, I remember Garrett Nelson sitting in my office, and Garrett Nelson needed to go to the NFL. Like he was getting older. While I would love to have coached him, I was like, bro, it's your time. Like go make it happen. But I remember Garrett, and I hope he's okay with sharing this, talking about like his father's legacy here and like how he wanted to be part of the group that turned it around. And I remember visiting with Nick and Luke, and they're trying to figure out, should we transfer? Should we stick around? Like, Coach Rule, your MO is to kind of not be very good early and play the young guys. So, but their care for the program was so strong that I feel a tremendous obligation. Like, man, we have to find a way to help these guys win. So I don't know if they're beaten down as much as I would say just sort of like, they want this so badly and they haven't been able to, and they're kind of looking everywhere. And I think we've just tried to be very focused about, hey, let's focus on these things. So I feel like we're in a good place right now.
Good place going to Minnesota Thursday night. What time is that game?
7 p.m. on
7
Fox.
p.m. Yeah.
Fox, who's doing the game?
Gus Johnson and Joel Klatt.
Klatt.
Ooh, that's a big timer.
A-team.
That's your A-team. Yeah.
A-team. This is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Guys are getting their man caves ready. People are getting pumped.
You know, when
I bet Bombeck's getting his man cave ready.
when Gus Johnson's on the call, you want a high scoring game because he's not very great when it's like a 10-3 or he wants he likes the big plays. Gus.
Okay.
Gus is high energy.
I get that.
Gus needs like a 28 to at least 28-24 game, not something low scoring.
I think this will
17-10.
be low scoring.
I'd be shocked if it wasn't a quote unquote low scoring game. Like I said, I think it'll be in the 20s, probably 20, 28, 26, 20. I mean, it's gonna be a really close score like that. Sipple's, I think, is way on their side of me. I think Nebraska will win.
Yeah, I can't pick
You've been
them.
pretty clear on that.
I think
the
it's
whole
a
time,
close game. I just can't pick them. I can't pick them.
May not even be close, but it won't be high scoring. I don't see either team going off, or all of a sudden it's gonna be somebody rattles off 56. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Would be
That'd be pretty cool if it was
That'd be
Nebraska.
incredible if Nebraska hung 56 on Minnesota
on the road, start the season.
Start the season.
First game of the Matt Rule era. Hello.
Yeah, that would
Jeff
throw me-
Stims just because the Heisman conversation game
That
one.
would throw me for a loop.
That'd be a nice loop for
Yeah.
once. A nice loop.
Yeah, it'd be a
Like
nice,
surprise in a good way. Whoa.
how about that? Like
Didn't see that one
56 to 10. Hello.
Take that, go first, PJ.
What else is on the depth chart that you? I didn't know that Javin Wright would be on the linebacker line like that at one of the insides. I don't mind calling them insides, but Mike or Will. That surprised me.
Yeah,
I
haven't heard him talked about very much. So that was interesting.
Yeah, so it the other three, Reimer, Bullock, Henrik. Yeah, that's who I expected. I kind of wondered who was right behind those guys. Well, there's your answer. Who's Javin Wright, who's a junior now, time's flying, time's really flying. You know, I mean, he's a junior. I can remember when he first walked in the building.
That's one guy who hasn't been in for 6 years, who's actually with his. He's 3 years in. Yeah, it's his third year, I'm pretty sure. So that's right.
Yeah.
Omar Brown starting safety, and Deshaun Singleton, you're starting safeties for Nebraska for the current depth chart there.
Yeah, 5 defensive backs because you got that rover position with Gifford, and then you have, of course, Newsome and Hartzog at the corners. I think the defense. I mean, the defense had a good August. Now it'll be interesting to see if that carries over into. I guess it's still going to be August on Thursday, but into September, because I think that unit had the better month.
Well, I think it starts off with, if you look, am I correct? Isn't it 10 out of 11 played last year?
That sounds correct.
10 of the 11. So there's only one new start. So it's a very, very, very veteran team.
Yeah.
When you go through the number that they've been around, they understand Nebraska. A lot of them have played a lot of downs of football.
That's right.
They've been in games, but it's 10 of the 11 if I see it correctly.
Yeah, these are not a bunch of quote unquote newbie kids that you shouldn't have to worry about. Most of these guys going on the road and handling business. They're men.
Yeah.
I mean, they're up there. They're doing their interviews at the podium. And by and large, it never strikes me as, oh God, this is young. This is young. How's this going to go? No, they parade man after man up there. They're dudes. They'll be ready for this. I'm saying I think it will be a close game. I just can't pick Nebraska. I just can't pick them. I mean, PJ's 4-1 against Nebraska. It's on the road.
He's won 4 straight.
Right. He's got a program. I mean, it's a 7th year coach. I was just going to say it'd be foolhardy to pick Nebraska, although
Keep picking Nebraska. He's calling you a fool. Can you take this?
I didn't call him a fool.
You
I said
did.
it would. No, I did not. I said it would be foolhardy
That
to
sounds
pick.
like calling him a fool.
No,
man.
that's not. There's difference. I didn't say you're a fool.
What do you hear in that one, Bill?
I heard I was a fool.
Foolhardy, fool. Same,
Just a pick.
same thing.
No, it's just a bad pick.
Look at Bill. You're taking shots at Bill over here.
No, I'm
Amazing.
not. Just take a shot.
Look, we got a phone call. Do you want to get to that or not?
Is it?
Whom is
it's
it?
been a long time since we've heard from this person.
Okay.
It is football season.
Yeah.
We have Vince in Napa Valley. Vince,
Yep. From
Okay.
Napa.
Vince in Napa is on the hotline. Vince, good morning. Welcome to Early Break.
Hey, good morning, fellas. How are you?
Vinny, how are
It's been a
you?
long time, Vince.
How are
I'm
you?
doing well. Well, I'm doing well. I had to have me an off season as well, but you know what? My off season is over. It's game week, fellas. That's all I need to say. And now, you know, as I've gone throughout the off season, and I've seen various things about this team. I mean, the thing that I like what I see about Coach Rule and his staff is that, you know, I think he's a process guy, not so much a results guy. I mean, sure, he cares about results like every coach does, but it has to start with the process and it has to start with the details. And I think even last year when Mickey took over, I think you started to see a more process-oriented team. I mean, granted, we didn't, it translated into only 3 wins, but I think you could at least see the trends heading in the right direction. And even though we've had 6 straight losing years, I mean, I don't think this is necessarily, a broken down team either, because I go back to the Iowa game because we had nothing to play for. They had everything to play for. It was win and go to the Big Ten championship game. And we went into Iowa City and just, what we did was we ended up blowing up their season. And, but I'll tell you one thing, fellas, though.
Okay.
We're at the start of the 2023 season right now. You want to know what I want to do? I want to go into Minneapolis. I don't want to row the boat. I don't want to rock the boat. I want to sink this ship. You know what I say to Minnesota? If we can't get along, we might as well get it on. Let's go.
Okay, Vince.
There he is.
Vince is
Okay,
fired
Vince.
up.
Vince
There
is,
he is.
Vince is pumped for football season.
He's in his. He's in the garage.
He's in the garage.
Just woke up the neighbors. It's 4 a.m. out there, and people are concerned. What's
It's wine
happening?
country.
What's
And
happening?
people sleep a lot later.
It's
Do
wine
they sleep-
country.
do they sleep-
People sleep.
Be
people
cool,
sleep.
Vince. Be cool.
Yeah, they
I think
sleep
they
later.
do.
Yes.
Napa Valley.
Napa Valley have really good
You
wine.
better not get up early in Napa
No.
Valley.
I think
They're
I'd like.
sleeping in.
Laura
I
go up there?
think I'd like Napa Valley.
I think you would.
I think I'd really enjoy it.
You and Laura haven't made that trip.
No, I'm not a huge wine person, so I'd have to get a nice wine and then mix it some 7-Up
Are you?
and have like a spritzer.
There you go. Okay.
Can you do that?
We can do that for
I
sure.
think they would fight you.
They would.
They would fight you.
Think so?
It'd be like when you order your steak well done.
Yeah. Oh, they
Yeah,
should. You should fight then.
Yeah,
if that's the
You
case.
do that one.
You're not a wine person.
Not a big wine person. No,
I'm neither am I.
Yeah, doesn't do it for me.
Jake, kind of a wine person.
Yeah.
I do wine. Yeah,
You do a little
I
bit
do
of
not love wine.
Right.
I would choose beer 10 times out of 10
Right.
over wine, but I will consume wine
Yeah.
if I am in the
you're
situation.
In a pickle.
If
Yeah.
I'm in a pickle,
If you're in a
Family
pickle,
situation.
family
right, I'll drink
situation.
wine. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes.
I can count on one hand the number of drinks of sips of wine I've had in my
What
lifetime.
are you at?
Can you see sip with a nice cab? Just-
Swirl.
That's
Do the
right.
swirl.
Then they pour it and you hadn't even taste it.
Yep.
Smell it.
Yep. Good tenants there. Yeah. Good tenants.
What do you say that I'm uncouth?
It doesn't smell
Am
like
I uncouth?
doesn't smell like Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Before we get to break, there was some sad news this weekend in the world of entertainment.
Yes.
Bob Barker.
Yes.
Bob Barker, the legend.
99.
Price is right. 99 years old he lived to. He
Yeah.
passed away this weekend. Bob Barker, though.
He's
a
a
legend.
Yeah, he's a rare case. You know, we always say everybody's replaceable. He's a rare. This
You
is
said
a
that,
rare instance of someone who wasn't replaceable.
100.
Drew Carey is no Bob Barker.
100.
Drew Carey, no Bob Barker.
I'm not going to attack Drew Carey, but
No,
Bob
not
Barker was just so incredible.
Yeah.
The long mic. Remember the microphone?
the long skinny
The
mic.
long,
Right.
It's
skinny
amazing.
mic.
Yeah,
Oh,
he had a long mic.
he was
you're right.
incredible.
Yes.
I mean, everyone just loved him.
It's
the
not the
game-
same at all. Like it's incredible how the show dropped off.
But how about the show
No
has
one
been on
watches
for like
anymore.
what, like 50 some? What's it been on, like 60 years?
Something.
I don't know
like
that
I mean,
when it
it's
started.
been- I don't know when it
Well,
started. Had to
think
be-
about it. Think about it. When you were. It's been on as long as we've been alive.
Yes, I mean, it's I can remember. So it's been on forever. Had to have started Anyway, it's an incredible show. The pricing, and they still spin the big wheel.
God.
The big wheel to see who's going to get into the showcase.
And it's still thrilling
It's
every
still thrilling
time.
every time.
It is.
And then how about when
You
you
watch
tie,
it.
how about when they tie, have a spin off? Then it's like, are you kidding me?
Boy,
It's
no,
incredible.
We are so lucky.
This is
right now.
incredible. This is incredible.
Yeah, Bob, I don't know
99 years old, though. That's a long life.
Yeah.
just
It's
a
a long
rare,
life.
just a rare. He was a rarity for sure.
Yeah,
and
and
there was a comfort too you felt when Price is Right was on.
Yes.
Like it just everything
about
felt
10,
right.
About 10 o'clock in
Yeah.
the
10
morning.
a.m. Yep, 10 a.m.
About 10 a.m.
CBS.
Yeah. That's when it was on. Didn't he beat the crap out of Adam Sandler?
Yeah, and
Bob Barker.
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
Yes.
That's
He
funny.
hit him hard.
Yeah.
I
Bob
think
Barker.
you've had enough. No? Well, now you've had enough. B.
Barker spent some of his childhood on a reservation in South
He
Dakota.
did, that's
Yeah,
right.
he wasn't born there, but he did spend some time there. So yeah,
Incredible career.
No one would doubt him being like the
R.I.P.
top 4 of the Mount Rushmore of game show hosts.
No way.
No.
He's
yeah,
the-
no,
the
100.
First or
One, yeah.
second, like first or
Yeah.
second, right? The worst. Alex Trebek's up there.
Yeah. Maybe would
Yeah.
you put Dawson on there?
Dawson's got to be up
How
there.
would you?
I think you have to. He's iconic. He's iconic.
I like the all of those because they were so entertaining. They were just entertaining fun. They carried the fun.
Let me ask Bill,
Yeah.
but would you put Chuck Barris on? I don't know if you could get
He
him.
wouldn't be in the Mount Rushmore, but he deserves a lot of credit. He came out with a hat on all the time. The hat, you couldn't see his face, saying stupid stuff.
God dang it! I'm gonna watch YouTube of
The Gong Show.
the Gong Show.
I've
today.
never seen it. I
It's
need to watch the
incredible.
I
Gong
just
Show.
remember. I just remember it was on close to lunchtime, and sometimes I would be embarrassed watching it from my mom because it would get a little bit much.
Yeah,
So
sometimes.
raunchy.
I'm like,
Yes.
Mom, it's on. It's on. I
That
can't
and
do
the, that
it.
and the match game would get too.
Yeah. Oh, get a little bit.
Something and it's blank, and their baby, and they start they just go crazy, insinuating the word. That's like at 2:00 in the afternoon, and that was so much fun. So like sometimes I'd fake sick, I wouldn't go to school,
Just go watch
and I
the
just
show.
watched. I'd watch like Leave It to Beaver
Oh,
rerun, and
God.
I'd watch like Price is Right,
It's a
and then
great-
a match game like that,
It's a great
and
day.
then Let's Make a Deal at noon
It's a great
with
day.
people dressed up in
That's right.
costumes.
Oh yeah, it's a
Yeah.
great day.
It's a great day.
That's a great day.
Kids, if you're listening, fake
Yeah, just
sick
fake
every
it.
night. Just fake it. The best would be like, well, what's wrong? Where do you hurt at? I hurt all over. Everywhere. I don't get I hurt all
I
over.
really don't know. What
I don't know what it is. You guys going to work? I'm gonna stay on the couch.
When we come back, let's break down the week 0 action in college football and early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Proud to be voted Best Vape Shop.
Generation V.
Is thrilled to announce our newest location is now open at 27th and Superior.
Generation V.
Explore with the largest select Delta 8 Kratom. All your favorite brands of disposables, e-liquid, and premium THCA flower.
Generation V.
We'll guide you through our extensive collection to help you find the perfect fit.
Generation V.
With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, Seward, York, Kearney, and Beatrice. Visit our newest store now open at 27th and Superior in Lincoln. GenerationV.com. E6 contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is Brian at Midwest Bank, and we've been proudly serving clients in the Lincoln community since 2008, and we're excited to open a second location in January 2024 at 70th and Pioneers Boulevard. Our new branch will provide all the convenient services you're looking for in a bank, along with the friendly staff we're known for. Whether you're starting a business or expanding your business, our team is here for you, your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com, member FDIC.
Acres, your John Deere dealer, is offering hot financing on all new compact tractors. For a limited time, get 0% interest for 84 months when you buy any new John Deere compact tractor. And with a variety of attachments, you'll make quick work of chores around your acreage. From mowing to grading and moving large loads, Acres has a John Deere tractor to handle your toughest projects. Don't delay. Visit your local Acres store to take advantage of this great offer. Acres, solutions for every field. Offer expires September 30th, 2023, subject to approved credit with John Deere Financial.
You've worked hard all year, sweating, building, providing. Labor Day is your day. Schaefer celebrates you this Labor Day. Take this opportunity to save on LG appliances for your home. Your hard work should be rewarded. Schaefer's has up to $500 in cashback rebates and interest-free financing on the new LG appliances you deserve. Schaefer's, local and family-owned since 1946.
Summer is winding down, but there's no reason to put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Sign up today for 9-hole leagues this fall, any day from Monday to Friday, starting on September 25th. Check out their deals on monthly memberships and schedule your Husker watch parties, birthday or bachelor parties, corporate and team outings, or just a good old Saturday with the boys. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Call today at 402-742-0140.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and Bob just wanted to say thank you for a record-setting July here at Koppel. The summer sales event continues in August, and the incentives are crazy. Check this out. We got 0.9% financing along with a $2,500 trade-in rebate on select new models. You heard right. 0.9% financing has been extended along with a trade-in rebate. Also, our GM certified used inventory is filling up fast. So make that money-saving drive to Koppel. It's just south of the interstate, or shop online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with roof credit.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
I'm not on drugs. I'm not drunk.
It's Early Break with Sip and Chick, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We did have college football on this weekend. Notre Dame took care of Navy 42-3. Sam Hartman, 4 touchdown passes for the Irish. Looked really, really good.
Yeah, Hartman's got that incredible beard. He's got an incredible beard. Notre Dame, 1 penalty.
How about
Notre
that?
Dame handled Navy's running game, held them to 2.8 yards per carry. Freeman had them well prepared.
Very well prepared. So a couple things would be Notre Dame, very impressive. They handled the game in front of them. Hartman now will be after one game will be in the Heisman conversation.
Yes, he will be.
He will be just after one game.
Yep.
But now the question is, when you watch the game, and I didn't watch it close enough, but it appeared how good was Notre Dame and how bad was Navy?
Right.
Because there was a lot of Navy did not look like they belonged.
Ooh.
That did not look like they belonged on the field.
Well, let's see. Notre Dame had 444 yards. Navy had 169.
Yeah.
They're usually run for 200 plus in the ground. They only had 126 in the ground.
Notre Dame only faced third down 7 times.
Yeah.
They only
Yeah.
they were 5 for 7 on third down.
Yeah.
They didn't even get to third down very often. So now what I've heard is Notre Dame has going to be a problem for defenses, their offense. Their D might be a little suspect.
But
Didn't look like that. Didn't look like that on Saturday.
Not against Wesleyan.
Excuse
me, not against Navy.
Wow, how about
They've
that?
got some big games up, but Hartman's impressive. And what's he thrown? Is he throwing like 90 touchdown passes?
I don't know, but I can tell you this.
Wake Forest did a lot.
That's his 9th game since 2021 where he had at least 3 touchdown passes with no interceptions in a game.
His numbers 19 for 23, so 4 incomplete passes, 253 for yardage, and 4 touchdowns. He was remarkable.
And where was this game at?
This was in Dublin at Aviva Stadium, where there was no free alcohol this year. That's what I'm hearing.
Glorious.
Looked like little rain looked like a little. The surface was a little greasy.
Was it?
The other team that was ranked that played, USC, 6th ranked USC beat San Jose State 56-28. This was a 21-14 game at halftime. Pulled away in the second half.
San Jose State has a very good quarterback. So that was going into the game. I remember we discussed it on the show. They had a very good quarterback, and I felt San Jose State would score.
Chevin Cordero, the quarterback at San Jose State.
So the same issue is the story is exactly the same right now. Is offense incredible, defense not sure. So
there's
for
a
USC.
Who's a former quarterback for USC that's a Fox analyst, Jake?
Is it Leinart?
Matt Leinart. Matt Leinart was on TikTok last night. I saw he did an analysis of the game on TikTok. He's saying this Nate Branch is Reggie Bush 2.0. Nate Branch.
He's pretty incredible.
Is he?
Yes, he is.
They have a freshman.
I just saw a few of the highlights because I couldn't watch. It was on the Pac-12 network.
Is it Zachariah Branch?
I thought it was Nate. It could be Zachariah.
I don't see it. I just see a Zachariah Branch.
His name is Branch.
Okay.
But he had a bunch of catches in the game.
He had 4 catches for 58 yards and a touchdown.
Okay.
Zachariah
Branch.
Yep.
Zachariah Branch. Now, I don't buy that. I mean, it's just really going pretty far to say Reggie Bush 2.0. Now, I would say he's probably going to be one of the most electrifying offensive players in the country this year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go Reggie Bush 2.0. USC, yeah, just what you said. There's a profound difference between their offense and defense last year. I don't know if that'll be the case or not. The one thing I came away with, and you were watching the games too, Bill, I'm thankful for Nebraska fans. I'm watching these games. There's nobody in the stands. I mean, I watched San Diego State. There's nobody in the stands.
I didn't watch any of that.
I watched that, and then New Mexico State.
I watched I missed maybe 4 plays. Watched it by. I was very. I was very.
Don Brown gets it
done.
done.
They got it done.
They got it done.
They got it done.
The great Don
They're
Brown.
great.
I love Don Brown.
Yes.
He had a rough end of Michigan, but he had a couple of good years.
He had
in
a
Michigan
great
too.
mustache.
He has
a great
incredible
mustache. It's kind of like East Lincoln West. Yes. And so the great mustache. But I wanted UTEP to win. And they're driving
against
down
Jacksonville State.
Down 3.
Oh, okay. We switched.
We switched games. I'm on, and all of a sudden it's 3rd and 1. They're on the 20 going in, so they're in field goal range.
UTEP.
They take a shot into the end zone. It's a nice throw. Had a chance for a touchdown. Ball gets knocked away late. So now it's like, what do we do? It's like kick the field goal. They decide to go for it. I'm like, okay, all right, that's all right. They're going to go for it. It's 4th and 1. That's not like crazy play. But then you can tell they changed the play at the line of scrimmage.
Oh,
they got the look. They changed the play at the line of scrimmage, botched it, and ended up throwing a pick on a 4th and 1. And that's it. Game over.
So you're not all for changing a play in that situation.
No, have a play, call a play. It's like we're going to do. First of all, it's not going to be, hey, I wonder if we're going to get Tampa 2 here.
Right.
No, you're not.
Not going to get 2
1.
deep safety.
No, you have an idea. It's going to be 1 high or 0 coverage. Right. You have an idea what's going on.
Yeah.
And so that was disheartening for the Miners.
Jacksonville State in its first year of FBS football.
They win 17-14.
Rich Rod is the head coach.
Rich Rod is
now Logan Smothers is the backup quarterback. They apparently had a guy play pretty well at quarterback. Logan Smothers
did he?
is the backup.
Zion Webb, the quarterback, was 10 for 20 for 67 yards. And no touchdowns, no picks.
Maybe that was another team, Jackson State or something. This is Jacksonville State.
Jacksonville State. They won the game, but he wasn't remarkable. There's 2 more things from Saturday.
Can we talk about the?
Yes. Let's get to the box score of Louisiana Tech and Florida International. So
future Husker.
Week 4 opponent for Nebraska is Louisiana Tech. They won 22-17.
I sent this to Jake early Sunday.
This is incredible. Bill sends a box score from this game of a victory for La Tech, 22-17. The quarterback for Florida International, Grayson James, he was 5 for 14 for 4 yards passing. And he had a pick with an interception.
14.
They had
4 yards passing.
They almost won the game on the road with 4 passing yards. This is not triple option like Navy.
Right.
I don't know how can you get 4 completions for 4 yards? That's hard to do.
5 completions.
5 completions for 4 yards.
Well, here's the yards. They had 1 go for 4 yards, 1 go for 2. 1 went for -2 is the problem.
There's the problem.
And 1 went for 0.
So they were up
Actually,
17-3. They were up 17-3 and blew the lead.
despite having 4 passing
La
yards.
Tech put together a 2-minute drive to beat them.
Yeah.
Like that. La Tech's going to also lose a lot of games this year.
You think so?
Yeah, they're going to lose a lot of games. Like I said,
They have a Boise State transfer, Hank Bachmeier,
Yes.
quarterback. He was pretty good. 34-44 for 333, a touchdown and a pick. Now he's a solid quarterback.
Yeah, Bachmeier
wasn't
might not
bad.
be that
But they couldn't. I mean, like I said, they had to put together a drive at the end to go score. They'll be better. They're a better team than Florida International. But I don't know what kind of answers you have when it's like, hey, we got to try to get this offense going. It's like we just had 14. What was it? 14 yards passing? Four yards passing.
yards.
4 yards, but 5 for 14 completions.
14 would be a major improvement.
Yes.
It would have been. It's a first down.
More than double your. We
times.
doubled our
3
passing.
times.
You tripled
it.
Come on, just triple this.
Louisiana
game.
Tech is a
Get to
receiver
12.
named Smoke Harris, hit 11 catches for 155 for Louisiana Tech
Okay.
in their
It's
victory.
a great name.
But yeah, 17-3, Florida International led with 4 passing yards, and
Yeah.
they lost 22-17.
So 2 names to remember from Louisiana Tech: Hank Bachmeier,
Yes.
Boise State transfer.
And Smoke Harris, the receiver.
Okay.
Smoke. This was great too. So, Bill, you pointed out last week a lot the hilariousness of Vanderbilt and their stadium under construction. I don't know if you saw this, but they have the scoreboard hooked to 2 cranes. It's not standing on anything. It is. There's a electronic
hilarious.
scoreboard. There's dead serious. There's 2 cranes that are holding it up
That's not the way to do it.
from the top.
But here's
It's unbelievable. And there was bad weather there too. I
Right,
think there was some
right.
bad weather. So you have this scoreboard that's hanging out by itself.
If I were the chancellor,
Let-
I'd have the AD in for a little talk.
Let's go to the I just so you guys know, for the season, I'm infatuated with box scores. Infatuated with
So
them.
are we. We love box scores.
So
Jake is
so
definitely.
check
love
this
box
out.
scores.
First downs, Hawaii 19, Vanderbilt 17.
Okay.
Total yards, Hawaii 391, Vanderbilt 297.
Uh-oh.
That's
not good for
that's
Vandy.
horrible.
Yeah, that's not good.
That
for
is
Vandy.
horrible. They had Hawaii had 351 passing yards. Rushing yards, Vanderbilt had 39
That's
against
trouble.
against a Mountain West team.
It's Hawaii.
They also had
Yeah.
to fly 48 hours to get to the game.
Vandy was a 17-point favorite. They win 35-28 in that game.
That's trouble for Vandy.
Yeah, when you can't just line up and just run the ball
Right.
against Hawaii, that
You're going.
Now
That's trouble.
Vandy was up by 21 points early fourth quarter.
They
They're at
couldn't run the ball against
35-14.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
How's that going to look against? I don't know. I don't even have to pick an obvious one. How's that going to look against Ole
Kentucky.
Miss?
Kentucky.
Yeah, Kentucky. Come on.
Yeah.
They're in trouble. I was saying
That's
they're a bowl
trouble.
team. I don't know.
They
Based
won.
on that,
They did win.
yeah, they got to win. That's
But I did enjoy on when they showed the scoreboard hanging from the cranes.
It's incredible.
It says weather delay.
Yeah, I know.
There's a weather delay.
It's hanging from cranes.
they rushed for 39
9
yards
yards.
against Hawaii, and they got a hanging scoreboard.
Someone says this that Hawaii
Oh,
had
God.
2 turnovers inside the 10-yard line. Also,
yeah.
They
going in for
did.
scores.
Nah,
Yeah.
that's not a good win for Vandy.
Yeah, there wasn't. They tell you the one thing you do as a coach, you always
Bad.
have to do a good job is that no matter what, you celebrate wins.
Absolutely.
You always celebrate them like it was, and you worry about then the aftermath hits Sunday, the next day.
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay, now we're never going to deal with this. But you never want to come to a locker room just like disheveled after
No,
if
no.
your scoreboard's on your side.
We'll handle the
Yeah.
criticism for Vandy.
Yeah,
Let us handle that. You guys take the win. We'll
Take the
handle
win,
the.
enjoy it.
Just hope they're not listening this morning. Is
No.
anybody at Vandy listening? Roll call.
Commodore roll call.
There's also one thing I want to mention before we get to break. This is actually a high. How about this high school score in Nebraska? Ready for this one?
is
Class,
trouble.
ready for this, Bill? Class A, Lincoln North Star beats Omaha Benson 96-0.
Yeah.
96-0 in high school football here in Class A
troubles me.
Nebraska.
Yeah, I don't have all the details. I'd imagine numbers are probably down for
Yeah,
Benson.
like 20 some
Yeah,
players.
like
That was
26 players, I think. 26.
That's
A lot of guys for Benson went over to Central. Left them high and dry.
I feel horrible for
I do
those
too.
for
It's
that
not
for
fair.
those for
That's
those
rough.
guys that have stuck out and going back to practice and I have a lot of what be like that very proud of those guys at Benson.
Yeah.
because I've said this before and don't think I'm knocking the sport of certain sorts of basketball or even baseball. if you lose a baseball game 19-0, you didn't just get the living crap kicked out of you. Like someone didn't run through your face. You know, like that basketball, same thing. You lose by 40. You just kind of like, yeah, shot some threes, missed them.
Yeah.
We'll go. We'll see you guys tomorrow. See you at the gym tomorrow.
Yeah.
You didn't get, how many times do you just get absolutely just disheveled? Just like hand the ball off and two guys hit you in the backfield.
Right. Oh.
Try that for a while. So the game is a different.
I see what you're saying.
It's a different.
Yeah,
game.
you didn't get 6-0.
Yeah, it's just it's a different deal. You go out and it's like same way in tennis. So the guy doesn't jump over the net, just beat the crap out of you after he wins a point.
Long.
So I have so for what those guys stood in there and did.
Yeah, it's hard.
Is incredible. And just imagine today. Do you think that was hard?
Go to school.
Just imagine today. Just go to practice. Go to school.
Go to school.
Yeah. What are we doing, Coach? What's our plan here?
Yeah. I'm 100%.
By the way, Sam Hartman has 115 touchdowns now.
115
with those 4.
Imagine bringing that in for that's your transfer. So he came in at what do you
think about the pros?
What do you have 111? What do you have 111 coming in?
Yeah.
How many touchdowns you got? Oh, I got 111.
Oh, you're starting.
Yeah.
Notre Dame.
Watch out for the Irish. Marcus Freeman got a quarterback. When we come back, song of the day and Bill's Thrills on early break on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm getting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
Sandhills Mobile is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
Summer is winding down, but there's no reason to put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Sign up today for 9-hole leagues this fall, any day from Monday to Friday, starting on September 25th. Check out their deals on monthly memberships and schedule your Husker watch parties, birthday or bachelor parties, corporate and team outings, or just a good old Saturday with the boys. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Today, 742-0140.
Okay, man, huddle up. Look, we're playing one of the best football teams in the country today, and quite frankly, we don't have a chance against these guys. Let's face it, we're going to get slaughtered out there. But the good news is that the Nebraska Lottery has scratch and lotto prizes that any one of us could win. After the game, we're taking the team bus to the nearest Nebraska Lottery retailer to see if we can win big. Let's go! So let's get out there and lose with pride.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy Labor Day. They are thankful for everyone in the workforce who makes this country great and celebrate a deserved day off to rest and reflect. This important message comes to you from Bart and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lynn. Their quality service and expertise have earned a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to Oak Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be on your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. Install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping Fade every day at O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street, family owned and operated, always the best value.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
You love the Batches sports.
Now, were you an idiot if you're
No,
a big tough
never feel like an
if
idiot.
you're a big tough guy this morning?
But you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
Stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Once again, your song of the day. If you can hear Bill in the background, he's hammering that one out. That's Sister Golden Hair by America from 1975.
America.
464-5685. 1 is bad, 10 is good. Text your rating on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers song of the day. Sip. That goes to you. Did you like Bill's rendition of that song?
I did. It was good. It's a repeat now, so you're gonna get automatically.
Are you
docked
sure
for
about that?
Positive.
I've played 4 or 5 America songs before.
That's a good
As
song.
I've told you, I've played these songs before, but I want to play them again. You can't just have one and done for 6 years ago.
No, I
It's
know.
not
I
fair.
love the song. I've always liked it. I don't need to do too much commentary on it. It's a song I've heard. I probably heard it 6,000 times in my life.
6,000 is about right.
I give it a
Look
7.999.
at Bill. Bill's
That's
not
incredibly
happy.
bad. That's horrible by you.
Too low.
Sister Golden Hair.
Too low.
I mean, can't you? I can see her. I can see her.
Can you?
I can see Sister Golden Hair right
Can
in
you?
front of me. Yeah, I have a visual. What year was this?
1975.
Thank you.
Yeah, she has bell
1975.
bottoms on.
Oh yeah, right in the wheelhouse.
I imagine she has blonde hair.
Yeah, that would be it.
Maybe a couple little.
That's a 94442. Incredible.
How would you rate Bill's rendition of that song, Sip?
He blew the drum. I don't know what he went for a drum solo.
Well, I went a
Wasn't
little
there.
early. I knew it was coming. Then it came back.
I don't even know if it ever came.
Yeah, oh, it came. Yeah, it did. It came.
Guess Josh's score real quick.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Josh.
I'm going to go 8.8.
7-2.
No, he's higher than that.
Okay, 7.288. I've nailed him like 3 straight times. Stop.
It's 8.8.
7.5.
9.6. Phenomenal.
It's
He's
phenomenal.
That's there with me.
Okay.
We have a special guest who's going to join us for the full
yeah.
next segment also.
This
but
is
we brought him in
Take a
early
deep breath,
because why not?
everybody. Take a deep breath,
We,
everybody.
we are joined in
He's
the studio
early.
by Keith Mann, the Associate AD of Communications for Nebraska football. He's been there for a long time.
Incredible.
Keith, good morning.
Morning. How are you guys?
Into the mic
It's
there.
better.
man.
It's better with you being here, Keith.
Oh,
This is
this-
I'll get you
wonderful.
through this.
This is like having. This is the.
Sipple is a great teacher.
Yeah.
Into the
always.
mic.
Great instructor.
Into
He's
the
been
mic.
like the Ed McMahon for the past 5 coaches. Is that
Yeah,
right?
that's about
5.
right.
He's
That's
been the
about
Ed
right.
McMahon. He's been the sidecar right there for everything. It's
Keith-
incredible.
He's the Keith McMahon.
He's the Keith. Yes, he's
Nice.
Keith McMahon.
Keith
McMahon
McMahon.
from now on
I
out.
like that. I like
Oh,
that.
Incredible.
What do you think about that song, Keith?
I give it a
7-7.
7-7. We'll take that. We'll take that. That's respectable.
Solid, respectable.
Respectable.
I don't think you guys
One
really
decimal point only.
studied America as much as I have. It's like that, so I get a little bit higher with that. And then you get them down because it's a repeat, but it's not a
That's
repeat
why
to me.
I would have
It's not a
been.
What if it was
to
the
me.
first time?
Probably 8.9.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. It went down that much because it's a
Yeah,
repeat.
it went a full
We've had
point
6
down.
years of this. I got to play songs again sometime because they're too good to not play again.
Yes.
It's just a fact of
Yes.
life. It's a fact of life.
Yes.
All right, let's get to Bill's throws in 1 second before I play Legal ID.
Well, we're gonna have Keith on later.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Now, we wanted to have Keith in here because he said he ties into Bill's thrills.
There's some
So-
time to that. He'll be able to discuss some things.
So
yes.
let's play the
Yes.
intro right now on Bill's Thrills, a Monday edition.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom
Yes.
bonanza.
Oh,
yeah.
is it
We
gonna be
need
bonanza?
mushrooms grow better with.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. You see, I sent it to you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisory.
All right, the Monday edition, which is football facts on Bill's Thrills, sponsored by Mid Plains Advisors. Dirk, Scott, and Ty, your contacts there. Bill, floor is yours, man.
Okay. Thursday night games. We're talking about Thursday night games. And a couple things. So what's going on this is a great opportunity, obviously, for
Great opportunities.
Great opportunities for the what's going to be on TV. There's two games on there real high profile. It's Florida and Utah. At the same time, then it's Minnesota, Nebraska. But it's a great opportunity to have. So what's going on this week? So the first thing is all the days, this will Keith Mann comes in, all the days are disguised. All the days are disguised for the team and for the media. So today's a Monday. It's a Wednesday.
Is that right?
Today's a Monday. It's
That's
a
right.
Wednesday. Like that. Tuesday's a Thursday, obviously, and Wednesday's a Friday.
Ooh,
so it's semi-awkward. It's not completely awkward, but it's a little awkward. School's normal. It's a Monday. You're like, no, it's not Monday. It's a Wednesday for us. And you're always saying it too. Remember, today's a Wednesday. Today's a Thursday, the practice, how it's all laid out, all that stuff. So it probably happens, Keith, also with maybe interviews and stuff. Is today like a Wednesday interview day?
Today is a Wednesday.
Today's see, that's why we brought Keith Mann in for this information.
He helps us out.
Yeah, so but
Sipple's a little, that's tricky for him.
I can see, that's why I wrote it down. Monday, Wednesday. I wrote it down for
He's
you.
not sure what to do.
Discombobulated.
Discombobulated. It throws you off a little bit because you're thinking you're a Monday. It's like, no, it's a Wednesday.
That's real.
So it's a big deal.
And we're going on the road on Wednesday.
Yeah. And here's what gets you too is the TV misery when you go on the road. So first of all, like if it's the night before the game on the road, you want to go back to your room. It's like 10 o'clock where the last meeting's over, and you want to watch the end of San Jose State playing against Boise or something. There's nothing on. It's Wednesday night. There's nothing on. Then the next day, usually you're flipping on, like, because you have a little bit of time in your room like that. I want to watch game day. No, Maury Povich is on. That's what you're watching. You're watching Maury Povich. That's what you're doing. It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Entertaining. It's always
Entertaining.
entertaining.
Price is Right. All those things. So it really throws you with that stuff.
Yes.
And then also, here's the thing to remember. It's a late arriving crowd. It's a late arriving crowd because people, especially like in Minneapolis or whatever, they'll try to work that day. They're still going to the game. So they will work and they'll be busting their tail to get in for kickoff.
Yeah.
So the early part of it is very different. And the ride to the stadium is really awkward.
Is it?
Because you're riding in 2.5, 3 hours before the game.
Okay.
And it's a Thursday.
Yeah.
So it's not the same as a Saturday where people have got there the day before, or it's a Saturday night game they've had all that time. It's very awkward. So the team has to be able to handle it, the awkwardness part of it, to be able to go through it. We played when I was at Utah. We played Cal and Oregon back to back on a Thursday and Friday, and back to back with that. We beat them both. Alex Smith was our quarterback, so it was kind of fun. But it was just I remember all those things happening during that time. It takes a really good staff to keep your players on task. Our staff will do a tremendous job. But here's the best part about it, where everything gets back to normal, Keith. Chick-fil-A tastes the same on any day. So you get your Chick-fil-A when you get to the plane, hopefully, or Chick-fil-A on the plane or wherever.
On the way home or on the way there?
Well, usually on the way there. I know at LSU, I got so excited. My tail was wagging. Chick-fil-A sandwich. And then the always question was, do you get two or not? They have enough to have two.
Your tail was wagging.
Yeah. When you get the Chick-fil-A sandwich, absolutely. And the big thing, you just want regular or you want the spicy. That's where you make the
It's
decision.
a little different after it's been sitting for waiting for the team too than if you go through the drive-through.
Yeah.
Down the road.
Yeah.
Tastes better.
Yeah.
It doesn't really taste worse. Yeah,
opinion.
yeah.
Miss.
It's still pretty good like that. I always get
Pretty
two.
good.
I always get 2 sauces. I go extra sauce.
Did you get spicy?
What's that? I don't. I get
don't?
the regular.
That's surprising to
Yeah,
me.
I get
think you'd be a
I get the
spicy
regular.
guy.
So generally, what you get, like I said, I know at LSU. I can remember here. I think I just got the sandwich. We used to get the nuggets and the sandwich. And that was really exciting.
Yum.
Yeah. So that's the difference. So Thursday night games. That's what's going on this week. Today is what, Sipple?
Today is the equivalent of Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yes.
So who's speaking today for Wednesday? Who would be
We
the
got the coordinators today.
coordinators today?
Yeah.
See, it's a Wednesday day then.
Yeah.
Normal Wednesday.
That's right.
Okay. What
Both
about
coordinators today?
We've got Tony White and Ed Foley.
Okay, two coordinators.
Defense, special teams.
Yeah. So no Satterfield today.
Not today.
Okay. Do we have player representatives?
We do not.
Okay.
Last week.
Finding
Yeah,
things out right
weeks
now.
ago.
Yeah, there's enough.
It's Wednesday.
There's
It's
enough.
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, man.
Today's Wednesday, guys.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah, it's really hard to get. I mean, it threw me for a huge loop last night when Sean Callahan laid out our schedule. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. It's
I think
Thursday
it's
night.
even crazier with the opener being Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're coming off camp, and so it's been.
it's a little bit different. It's very odd driving to the stadium. In general, the crowd will fill up late.
Is it rush? How'd you get rush hour traffic?
Probably a little bit. And I said now a lot of times those games would like in Utah they kicked off at 6, so it's even tighter window. But kickoff a lot of times the place might be half full, and then it would fill eventually. What do you think, Keith?
Yeah, it'll be slow arriving in Minneapolis probably.
You'll get
our fans will be there.
You get a police
Our fans will be there.
escort to the stadium.
Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah.
And
They don't
they'll
do them in Minnesota.
They don't.
No.
They don't.
We don't get one.
So the bus driver's left to fend for himself.
Maybe they do on game day. They don't from the airport. I know that.
Out
They
the
might-
way.
They might on game day.
Really?
Yeah.
Probably does on game day. I
Probably
think
does.
it's a very spacious hotel. I'm sure you're at the same Marriott. Is that correct, Keith? It's a very spacious.
You know where the hotel is?
It's downtown.
Marriott.
It's all downtown.
Okay.
And the nice thing about it's like a hamster cage. You can get around anywhere in Minneapolis without going outside.
You know, the last time we played a Thursday game though was in Manhattan, Kansas.
Oh, yeah.
So the commute in Manhattan and Minneapolis not exactly the same.
No,
but,
it's not
you know,
the same.
That was also a great result for Nebraska. That was a blowout win.
Wait a
at Kansas.
second. That was the last
2010.
Thursday game?
2010. Nebraska. Yeah. Taylor Martinez ran wild in that game.
That was the
They
last
blew
Thursday
out.
game?
Has there ever been a Thursday game in Memorial Stadium?
The Rice game after 9/11 was a
Okay.
Thursday night, but not a regular scheduled one. Not modern history.
Right.
I mean,
Gotcha.
I'm sure there was I know that we've played on Thanksgiving, but not on a regular Thursday.
Gotcha.
Keith Mann joins us.
This is incredible. The insight we got.
Do
from
we
this.
get your title correct? Say your title, please.
Yeah, you got it correct.
Associate AD of Communications for Nebraska
Senior
football.
associate.
Yes. No.
Senior.
Senior.
Well, I'm old, but
I've claimed it as senior.
Senior.
Yes.
We've elevated you.
We've elevated
There'll
you.
be a pay raise.
There'll be a
too.
pay raise
We
too.
got that taken care of.
We'll take a quick break. We'll have more next top of the hour with Keith Mann.
Oh, we got
Early
some
break in the
questions for
ticket.
him.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's not often a man wakes up and says, I feel the best I have in years. We hear this all the time at Limitless Mail, and it can happen to you when you go to Limitless Mail and get a blood test to see what your body is missing. That's how simple it is. Schedule a free consult with Limitless Mail. Discuss your symptoms. Do the blood test. If your lab results say you're low in testosterone, we can fix that. Age is just a number. You can feel your best again. Just ask Limitless Mail.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. Offer breakthrough to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. This week, they have your tailgate barbecue needs. In an all-natural whole pork butt for just $1.69 per pound. USDA Choice whole brisket for $3.99 per pound. And 30 packs of Busch Light for only $15.88. with $4.01 in fresh meat. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of North and Van Dorn in Lincoln.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive. Always honest answer.
A lot of businesses say that they're family focused. But when tough situations in life arise, the business feels anything but for your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, as they do with customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Need service on your home air conditioner? Call the company Lincoln has counted on since 1952, Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. No matter what brand you have, when you need service, you want Bryant's experienced pros working for you. Friendly NATE certified technicians with the tools, training, and technology to restore your comfort quickly. No matter what brand, when you need service, just call Bryant. 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Sunday morning. It's quiet, not in a weird, too quiet way. Calm, peaceful, tranquil. You pour yourself that cup of coffee. You slice yourself a hearty chunk of one of Beatrice Bakery's breakfast breads. Now, maybe you're an apple streusel guy. Nothing wrong with that. I can respect that. Personally, I'm a turtle nut man. Something about those pecans. But the real ones know, don't sleep on that date nut bread. Sweet, but not too sweet. Nutty, not overly. The perfect morning treat. Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com. If your car has sent you to the sidelines, Eustace Body Shop can help. With gold-class certified technicians, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop is your best choice this Husker season. And with 6 locations across central and eastern Nebraska, we've got you covered, whether you're rooting at home or you're headed to Memorial Stadium. Get a free online quote at EustaceBodyShop.com, and let's get you back in the game.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, or pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa,
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans and I'm not the Titans, so I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Monday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on early break. Hour 2 sponsored by Midwest Bank member FDIC.
FDIC, Steve Schindler,
Location.
the inventor of FDIC.
The inventor himself.
Protecting banks. I saw Steve Schindler this weekend.
You did where?
I saw him up in Creighton, Nebraska. We just briefly, he stopped by my parents' house, him and my sister, Tammy, the one who does the reports on you.
Yeah.
Tamra has built a SIP.
I've been good lately.
Yes, you've been very good. You've got good reports. So
did Schindler have a Regal shirt on?
He had a T-shirt, a white T-shirt.
Ooh, weird.
Yeah, white T-shirt. Well, you've been doing some work.
It's a
He's
weekend.
a banker.
It's a weekend.
It's a weekend.
I expect him to be dressed like a banker all
times like that. Yes.
Got to wear a tie 5 days a week. You got to loosen up a little bit.
No.
Yeah.
You could at least wear a golf shirt.
That's what I always talked about with Keith Mann when I saw him, when I worked with him for all these years. It would be he could step onto a course at any time. Just like today. Right now, he's ready. He can step on. If he goes to Firethorn right now, he'd look very much in place.
He'd be ready to play.
Like Keith. Keith's like that.
Yeah, that's
what
why
he just said. He said that's why I envisioned.
I thought
Keith
you were
Mann.
talking about Schindler.
No, he said that's
I
what
thought you were
Keith.
talking about.
This is what we deal with.
I don't know.
Can you imagine trying to get him to an interview?
Yeah.
Get him to actually be the one being interviewed. Imagine that thing.
I thought you were talking about Schindler.
No.
Anyway,
we are live again. We got Keith Mann,
say who he is.
the Associate AD of Communications for Nebraska football, with us in studio. And it was funny because Keith walks in this morning, and you had brought up a Zachariah Branch, the USC receiver that Sip referred to as Nate. Keith walks in saying it's very Sip-like to have Sip referred to a receiver, actually to a guy that's a basketball player in the 60s for Nebraska. Nate Branch. Nate Branch was a Nebraska basketball player back in the 60s or 70s.
Part of Keith's job is to correct me. It happens a lot.
Takes a lot of my week.
It's a lot of week.
A lot of the time.
It's a lot of week.
It is part of
Keith
your job.
has seen a lot of food on Sipple, haven't you? A lot of spills. It's been a lot of spills.
Oh.
Yeah.
Keith, come on.
There's been a lot of spills.
My decorum in the press box is okay.
Me and Keith would talk prior to games often like that. If it was going to be if it was a big game, if it was going to be putty, there's going to got to support the team. There's going to be a face painter.
Yeah.
We talk about there's a face painter. It's a big game. People are painting their faces. So on Seinfeld, Putty painted his face to support the team.
That went over my head.
New Jersey Devils. Yeah, it was incredible.
You guys share the
Seinfeld.
Yeah, we share that. We have a lot of.
That's great.
We send odd texts at weird times to each other on Seinfeld. I'll send him a clip. Like at 2 a.m, I'll send one to Keith Mann.
Really?
Yes. Or he'll send me a screenshot of whatever song he's listening to.
Do you like a text at 2 a.m. from Bill Busch?
He's probably up doing something.
Yeah.
What?
Analyzing. I don't have a job.
Or something.
I don't have a Keith. I don't have a job. You know that. You're aware.
Just hanging out.
He's aware.
I think you should be sleeping at 2 if you don't have a
Should
job.
be. I think so.
You have a job. This is your job.
This is your job, Bill. For 2 hours a day, you have a job. It's great.
Let's talk about what Keith Mann does.
Yeah. Well, okay, let's go back to so. Obviously, the Associate AD for Nebraska Communications for football. Now, let's go back to what we talked about last segment, which is Thursday night football. This does not happen. You mentioned the last time was 2010 for Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
To begin the season, how odd is this for you and the team in general from basically compared to a Saturday?
Good question.
It's different. I mean, anytime you're leading into the season anyway, the opener, it's kind of got a different rhythm leading up to the first game. But like Bill said, Thursday, today's Wednesday.
Yep.
You know, it's just different. A lot of schools, they obviously adjust to it. If you're in the MAC, you don't ever have a day of the week. You know, you're on Tuesday, you're on Thursday, you're on Wednesday, especially late in the season. But it's been different. And then when you're coming off of camp and you've from a media side, you've been doing interviews on different days of the week anyway. So, but it's definitely got a different flow to it.
Where it's probably quite a bit different was yesterday. Because yesterday was a Tuesday for you, so I doubt you were home all day yesterday. I bet you were at the office.
I was there a little bit, but we didn't. I mean, they had a Tuesday practice, but we didn't have media. We kind of just put it on Friday, which was Sunday.
Yeah, there you go.
The Sunday, but it's a little different. It's a little different this week, no question.
So I'm watching the game on Saturday in Dublin, Notre Dame and Navy. Now we were there last year, Nebraska Northwestern. So that's week 0. So you're ahead a week from week 1, and you're overseas. If you go back to last year, what was the challenge of that like for you guys in terms of getting everything lined up and making it seem normal as possible?
A lot less for us than the equipment crew, all those guys. But it was different just because we didn't know going over there what the accommodations, logistics were going to be of the media getting to practice to do interviews and those types of things. So you kind of had reports from the operations crew and those folks that have been over there and done a great job preparing us for it. But until you got over there, you couldn't really get a sense of how are we going to do this, as opposed to being in Lincoln, preparing for a game, that type of thing. When are all the media getting there? When do we want to schedule stuff? Definitely some different challenges.
All the media, Keith Mann joins us. You say the words all the media. Is this the biggest media corps that you're aware of? Would you get Alabama to have this many people?
In the Big Ten, Ohio State, I think, is pretty comparable.
Okay.
Bill was there for a short time, so
Okay.
he might have better insight on that.
So
I'm sure Alabama's similar. I think LSU's big, maybe not quite as big.
I wouldn't say probably quite as big. It was sometimes it's just such a hardcore. It's these certain reporters, and that's where everyone kind of goes to. There's more numbers here at Nebraska.
I think from a day-to-day standpoint, we're one of the biggest. I think in some of the bigger markets, if even at an Ohio State, I think on a game day, they're going to have people from Cleveland and Cincinnati and wherever coming in, and so maybe it grows more. Ours is pretty consistent day to day, where the core media, I mean, today we have coordinators talking.
Yep.
They'll be there.
Give the listeners a number. When you say core media, big core media, what are we talking about numbers wise?
I mean, I stopped counting how many are there after practice, but I would say it's, if it's a day where we've got a coach or two and a handful of players talking after practice, I would say it's 40, don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
now think about that compared to a place like Stanford, which I think has 1.5 beat writer.
I would say if they had the same thing, there'd be 4 or 5 people.
4 or 5. 40 versus 4 or 5.
When you would walk out, so like myself last year on a Wednesday to do an interview. Again, it's
group interview.
It's bizarro world. So it's again 40 plus, and everyone has their phones and recorders and cameras. They're all rolling from the and it's not just rolling from when you start talking. It's rolling from when you walk out the door, which means if you're just talking, if I'm just talking to Keith about something, okay, a couple of questions as we're walking up to the podium or something, that's also being recorded.
Could be.
I mean, it could be. You're, I mean, they're not like trying to catch you.
No,
I'm just saying that everything is a live mic is basically what it is.
Yeah, that's changed a lot in the last even 10 years. I mean, the post-practice type interviews, if you went back 10 years, and you're talking to the offensive or defensive coordinator, whoever that would have been at the time, those were more like you'd walk off to the corner of the practice field and 8 or 10 people would be around you in a scrum, you might call it, just kind of a circle, and have their recorders in there. And now I just say everything's a press conference at Nebraska. There's not one-off side interviews. I mean, there's a few of those, but every day is a press conference. And all that stuff's streamed now. You guys are streamed. You weren't streamed probably when you first went on the air here.
Things
have changed.
Yeah. This is probably the most, I've always said, the most thankless job there is in Nebraska football or Nebraska sport, because if everything goes smooth, it's like great. No one talks about it. If there's a mistake or a different something going on, then it falls right back on Keith. And so it is the amount of the amount of time and the behind the scenes work that goes on to constantly be ahead of everything that people don't realize. And it's just not noted enough how important he is and his whole crew is to get their stuff done, to be organized
100.
within every. You already heard that. For Division I football, it's the most followed team maybe in college football. If not, it's
close.
even with only 2 or 3 others.
Close.
So just like today, Keith has to have a plan for 40 plus people, and it might even be bigger since it's game week.
Yeah,
it might even be more, and it's all organized, through him and his team. So it's just incredible what he's done.
I completely take you for granted at this point. I do.
He tells you that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, we're there to help. So it's
and you do help.
But and the thing is too, you talk about football, and obviously that's bigger, but comparing it to Stanford or whatever. But you go to volleyball press conference this week, and there'll be 20 people there.
There'll be a lot,
maybe more than that this week. But whether it's baseball in the spring and Coach Bolt's available, there's a dozen people there.
There's quite a few there.
I mean, it's great that we have that kind of passion for all of our sports, not only the media. I mean, it's a correlation with how interested the fans are, obviously.
What is it, Trev, or who do we talk to about a raise? Because everything goes smooth, no one, it's like great. No one talks about it. If there's a mistake or a different something going on, then it falls right back on Keith. And so it is the amount of
For
to
Keith.
For Keith.
No, we can
For Keith.
Not for you.
Yeah,
or
not
me.
for me. I don't have a job, so I couldn't get a raise. You give
Anything's
zero
a
times
raise.
0 is 0. Yeah,
Okay,
so
we would talk to Trev in this case.
Well, do we talk to Trev? Is that to be the best person to talk
I would,
to?
and I would start the conversation with Trev, and I don't know where you get this trait, but I've worked with Keith. I don't know, Keith, have we worked together for a quarter century?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
When were
Damn.
you covering wrestling? We were up for wrestling SID in the early 90s.
Oh, that'd be
Sybil
incredible.
was the wrestling beat. Well, he was the bowling beat.
Bowling, yeah. We know about bowling.
Well, I did wrestling.
He worked with wrestling. Yeah.
And Keith did. Keith was the wrestling SID. So that goes way back to Tolly
Yeah.
Thompson, Tim Newman.
Yeah.
Anyway, the sense of calm Keith has is incredible.
Right now, this is as worked up as look at him.
Yeah.
People look at it. That's his work.
Did you ever see Keith?
That's mayhem right there. That's mayhem. Keith Mayhem. That's what it is right there. Yes. That's it right there. They just, no matter what's going on.
He's very calm. Have you never noticed that? Have you ever
it's
noticed
the best when you walk out. It's never like, hey, we got to get someone over here. Hey, where's Rule? Where's Rule at? It's
Right.
like,
No.
oh, fine, Coach Rule.
Yeah.
Get him to the
Sip
podium.
while getting him. Just hold
and
on.
then everything's fine. Sip, we're good.
Just hold on.
Everything's good, man.
Everything's good.
Where
We'll
does
be
that
here.
calm come from?
Yes.
I don't know.
Is that your
guess it's just
parents?
my personality.
Yeah.
It must be. Yeah.
So you were well raised.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have a question from the text line
Oh,
for
nice.
Keith.
For Keith Mann.
This is from Ron on the text line. It says this: how many pronunciations has Keith helped Sip with over the years?
Not enough because he still screws a lot. Of you want to say Indomitian Sue real quick?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I just go with Big Sue now.
You should try to get him
How about Prince's last
There we
name?
go.
I
Yeah.
might screw that one.
The current one.
Go ahead, guys.
Prince had about 3 different pronunciations for his own last name.
Oh, last name.
You recruited him, so you know.
Oh, I'm a Kamara. I got that.
Yeah.
I'm a Kamara. I never did
then
figure out Sue.
Some will say I'm
What about
Kamara.
the current Prince? Will you know his last name?
Go ahead.
Uman Mielen. is
Yeah,
that
that's right.
Uman Mielen.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get Keith.
Oh,
As
I
you
don't
know.
know. I mean, it's funny though. We last week, you got the game notes sitting here. We were just working on this year's pronunciation guide, and
Oh yeah.
Matt Smith is
Do it for
better
Smith.
at that than me.
Okay.
Doing them phonetically, so I
Uh-huh.
let him do that.
He's the wordsmith,
He
Matt
is.
Smith.
He
You think about Sip when you're
But-
doing this?
Yes.
When Husker Vision does their video headshots, we just got the audio file for the whole thing. So like the Fox crew, we sent that off to them. So you can look at our pronunciation
Trying to find
guide,
it
but if
here.
you have a hard one, you can hear
Hear him say it.
You can hear 'em
players
actually
saying
do it.
themselves. So
Oh, there you go.
it's easier.
It's right
to
there. You
do
need
it that
this
way.
right. Keep this glued to your computer at all times.
Okay,
It's a
thank you.
pronunciation guide.
Thank you. Now, so Keith understands it. For a long time in my career, I just worried about spelling, and that's where the genesis of this conversation it begins.
Graham Mertz.
Yeah, I just worried. Listen, I just worried about spelling, and sometimes my pronunciation would just help me. Hooked on phonics, it would just help me spell it if I pronounced it the way I had it in my head.
He did say Julio Jones one time on the show. Julio.
Julio Jones.
Julio. Yeah. Julio Jones.
Keith,
Julio.
walk us through, like, for every head coach is slightly different, but
Yeah.
what's your meetings like with when you have to go meet with the head coach? Obviously, like I'm sure it's the beginning of the week. What here's our plan? What's going on? Camp's different, all those things.
Yeah.
But in general, tell us about the time you spend with the head coach.
I mean, as you said, it's different. Each head coach a little different, but they're surrounded by a lot of ops people. So the calendar type of stuff, you're getting that on the calendar with someone else. But the time you spend with the head coach is, hey, this is coming up this week. You got we got Fox this week. You're talking to them via Zoom this day. You're doing this. You're with the media on Thursday normally, whatever. But it's just kind of, hey, you got asked about this a couple weeks ago. They're probably going to follow up on this.
Yeah, how much pre-work you do? What are you
a
doing
lot of
with someone that's? Do you ever sit and say, hey, this is the word is trending? Maybe, hey, just so you know, you're probably going to get asked about this.
So,
this is going to
Good
come
question.
up.
Good
Yeah.
question.
So, I mean, and obviously they know their team and they know the types of things they're going to get asked about their team. They're going to know that if a guy's coming back from injury, you're going to get asked about that. But coach has got a head coach has a million things going on. So the things that they may not be thinking, oh, this could come up. The Big Ten Friday or whenever it was, this
The gambling?
availability
No, not
report
gambling.
thing. So
Availability report.
so those types of things.
Well, that'd be a great thing to bring. Yeah,
You kind of say, hey, this came out on Friday. You could get asked about that type of thing. They know they're going to get asked about the black shirts or whatever but it's those types of things that are more global, I guess.
Yeah.
That
I
you wanna
would
kinda
be so
mention.
intrigued, not intrigued, but I would lean so hard on when Keith comes in, I'm going live out in front of 40 people here in 15 minutes. I want to know, like I said, the national stuff. What could they potentially ask you about? Or the gambling would be one. All of a sudden, Iowa, what's going on there? How are you guys handling this? Or what? All those things you want to be able to have a pre-thought. To when it comes
and
out.
You don't want to just say, hey, you might get asked about this. You got to have a little background, like, well, what's going on with that? Okay, they got this going on, and just give them a little thought on that.
So you didn't get you don't just give them the Iowa gambling. Good luck with that question. Give them a little lead in.
Get prepared for that.
Yeah,
give
preparation. Give them a little lead in.
With that,
and you do the same thing with assistant coaches, players to a lesser extent. Coach said this, you might get asked about this. Coach said this about you, so this question might come up. That type of thing with the player.
The one plus about Nebraska media, and from my years of dealing with them, very detailed. It's not brutal. You're not in New York City, that type of thing. It's not the New York Times talking. So they're not trying to just. They want answers, they want things like that, but it's not brutal, and they don't personally attack you usually. So
no, they want to know everything, but it's done in a pretty friendly way.
I think in a Keith Mann way. I think that he has molded everyone to be in the Keith Mann way, which is incredible.
Yeah. We only learned about calm. Keith is super calm over here.
Oh yeah, I've hardly ever seen him rattle.
I can see him in a bunker. See him in a bunker. He's not worried. Now we're in the bunker.
Tree in the way. I got this covered.
We're all right. We're fine. Nothing.
Keith is a good golfer. He rivals Jake in that.
No, he's better. Because he's calmer than me. I get a little bit pissed on the golf.
I can't imagine.
He yells at his best friend. Do you yell at people on the course? Because he yells at his best friend.
I yelled at my buddy.
Not people in my group.
You don't.
I yelled at my playing partner.
I would love to see you guys.
Slow play gets.
I'd love to see you on like the 9th green and someone hits India. I'd like to see.
Who is the best coach golfer that you've seen?
Best coach golfer.
The best coach golfer.
I don't know.
Hoops or football?
It's a great question.
Bo really liked to golf, but I don't know how.
Yeah, was Bo any good at golf?
Bo liked to golf.
Played with Bo.
Tim Miles is not. He's not. I know. It's
never played with Bo.
It's basketball.
Barrett Root is supposedly a good golfer.
Barrett's really good.
But Barrett's really good. You know who's really good that isn't a football coach? Darren Erstad's really good.
Yeah,
is he?
Really
he hits it a mile.
He's got to hit it a mile, right?
Really good.
Would that
Erstad's
surprise
a good
you?
golfer, huh? Well, it always surprises me a little bit when coaches are good golfers because they don't have a lot of time to do it.
Right.
Now he has all the time in the world now, Darren Erstad, but
it's kind of hard to kind of figure. Yeah, that should be like a challenge. Like, what can Erstad not do well?
Yeah,
it would be very slim. It'd be very slim.
Yeah,
he was.
I bet he can play ping pong.
Yeah, but he can play ping pong. No chance. Hey, Erstad, you want to go?
Yeah,
no chance. What can he do?
Yeah. I wonder if he could like jump over 7 cars on a motorcycle.
I bet he could
probably do that.
I guarantee he could ride a dirt bike. You can do an Evil Knievel.
Darren Knievel.
I had the Evil Knievel. Remember the old wind-up one? You wind it up and you set it off and it jumped. I had that. I had the Evil Knievel set. I got it for Christmas, 3rd grade.
So you're ready to roll this week.
Yeah.
From Minnesota. Right? Yeah. And you fly with the team.
Yep.
Gosh. Are you the last one on the plane? Do you have to kind of you're on right away?
They're not waiting for me.
But no, I'm just saying, are you like making sure everything? I know they're not here. I know they're not looking today. Hey, where's Man at? We're missing Man.
I will say post game.
Okay.
Getting media through interviews and that's getting the players done with interviews. I'm probably one of the last people on the bus going back to the airport. But there's a handful of us that are finishing up stuff.
So this is one of his main jobs, okay? And I'm glad you brought that up real quick, Jake. After games, you have to corral certain players to talk to the media. It's not like they always want to, and it's not foremost on their mind. I don't imagine you have guys come up to you and say, "Hey, I'll go talk to Chattel now."
Yeah.
I'm
ready for more.
likely to talk to Chattel and Sip. No, I mean,
very funny.
But I will say most guys that do most of the interviews probably know, it's part of
the deal.
Part of the deal. The quarterback always knows it's part of the deal.
Casey.
Yeah.
Casey was good at it.
He was good at
Thompson.
Adrian Martinez was great at it.
Oh, God, Adrian.
We've had incredible luck with our quarterbacks.
So you're really pumped though for a win, aren't you?
That
makes things a lot easier.
You guys want to talk? No, let's go.
Everybody wants to go. It's a lot easier getting like that than trying to hammer out what happened or something like that. It's much better.
Go back to your quarterback discussion. I'm thinking through this. Yeah, you have been lucky going back pretty far.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's been a couple that didn't love doing it, but for the most part, those guys, and I would say they all of them love doing it, but they know it's part of the deal. I mean, you think about Zach Taylor and Tommy Armstrong was good.
Oh yeah.
Adrian was great.
Adrian was incredible.
Yeah. So
Adrian, the best of them all. And I hate to do this because we've had a long line of great ones, but I thought Eric Crouch you just couldn't get any better.
Yeah. And speaking of a calm, humble guy, I mean, doesn't get any better.
One time we asked him at the Journal-Star, and this was after he won, I think it was after he won the Heisman pre-bowl. We asked him to be in a bin of letters, like a mail bin. And it would just be, Eric, we're just going to show your head peeking out of all this
feels
mail.
like a John Mabry thing.
Yeah. And I was just like, man, we're asking these guys to do a lot. You got to get in this mail bin.
You won the Heisman.
Yeah, you're getting ready to play the damn Rose Bowl.
Just walk right by
You're
Danny.
getting ready to play the best team ever configured in college football. But hey, we got to take a couple hours to put you in this mail bin. We're going to have your head sticking out of it, and you make a goofy face.
We're not asking much here. We're not asking much, Eric.
Right. But Crouch, I remember that period in particular, the Heisman ceremony and then the month leading to the bowl. He was so patient.
Yeah.
He was incredibly patient.
He was great.
Yeah, you worked with Eric, right?
A little bit. Not as much as these guys recently. But
Yeah. Zach was really good. Yeah, you have. That's a good point. There's a long line of Nebraska quarterbacks who have been amicable.
Yeah, they've been great.
It was always it's like they talk about on ESPN. They talk about sometimes if Bob Lee comes in, they're like, "Oh, Bob Lee's here. Something's going on. Something's going down."
Straighten up.
If you ever saw Keith rolling through the office at a different time than was normal,
something's wrong.
It's like, what's going on? Keith Mann. Right? Keith Mann's here. You guys see this? Well, why is Keith Mann here? There's something going on.
Why is he walking past?
Why is he walking? Yes, he looks. It's not the usual joking around. Yet he's more just.
He's not even tan right
now.
He's
not even tan. Yes. So if you saw Keith Mann at an odd time, my first I'd ask like Tim Cassie. Why's Keith Mann here?
What's going on, man?
What's going on up here?
What's going on? What are you hearing?
What are you hearing out there? Because
he's not saying much.
Not saying much.
He never does, though.
Yeah, he's heading right to the head coach's office.
Now you got to stick with this here.
Yes.
Stick with one more.
Tell Trev that you'll be in.
He'll be there. He'll be there.
Tell Trev you'll be in a little late today.
All right, we'll have another segment with Keith Mann.
Text Vince Ginton. Just tell him to let everyone know you're a little bit late today.
More with Keith Mann next. Early break on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures and are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. A better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Proud to be voted Best Vape Shop.
Generation V
is thrilled to announce our newest location is now open at 27th and Superior.
Generation V.
Explore with the largest selection of vape, Delta 8, Kratom, all your favorite brands of disposables, e-liquid, premium THCA flower.
Generation V.
We'll guide you through our extensive collection to help you find
Generation V.
With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, Seward, York, Kearney, and Beatrice. Visit our newest store now open at 27th and Superior in Lincoln. GenerationV.com. E6 contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Acres, your John Deere dealers offering hot financing on all new compact tractors. For a limited time, get 0% interest for 84 months when you buy any new John Deere compact tractor. And with a variety of attachments, you'll make quick work of chores around your acreage. From mowing to grading and moving large loads, Acres has a John Deere tractor to handle your toughest projects. Don't delay. Visit your local Acres store to take advantage of this great offer. Acres, solutions for every field. Offer expires September 30th, 2023. Subject to approved credit with John Deere Financial.
Join Planet Fitness now and get the PF Black Card for only $24.99 a month. You'll enjoy an upgraded experience with tons of
perks. Like access to more than 2,000 locations worldwide?
Yep.
And massage chairs?
Yes.
Can I bring a friend every time?
Sure.
Can my friend be a horse?
Nay. Sorry. PF Black Card and Feel Fit-tacular. Only $24.99 a month. Our most popular membership, the PF Card, is your ticket to getting all the perks. Join today. See Club for details.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in August. Try their new lemon cream cheese on any bagel or breakfast sandwich. And try the Karma Latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Great Plains Trail Network. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
First, I was really nervous, intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so, I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back. Sure.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Join us at this year's Ignite Lincoln 15 at Rococo Theater on Thursday, September 14th for an inspiring night of stories that spark change. Get your tickets at ignitelincoln.org. Don't miss this chance to be a part of something extraordinary.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see a slight chance of showers and storms. Otherwise, partly sunny skies. See that high temperature of 88. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, and they will over around 62. Tomorrow, we'll see a lot more sunshine and seasonal high temperatures, and high around 87. Meteorologist Kyle Tucker from 3.7 The Ticket and ticketfm.com. We're on the air.
Well, party starting early today, isn't it?
To more of Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Because I forgot to say this earlier in the show, I got to say it right now. We didn't miss Idle Chit Chat this morning. I got to mention the sponsor. I'm sorry to Andrew.
Jeez.
I'm sorry, Newton's Lawn Care. Sign up for a 2024 fertilizer program and receive a free winterizer application this fall. Call or text 402-440-6297. Newton's Lawn Care.
You did it. Good job.
Belated. Yeah.
Fine.
Delayed Idle Chit Chat. I apologize, Andrew.
Also, you wanted to get to football today, I could tell.
I did.
You were itching.
It's game week. We had week 0 games. We have Nebraska on Thursday.
Keith, I was saying to the guys, and it went over their heads. They don't listen to everything I say. I was thankful for Nebraska fans this weekend as I was watching games and seeing stands empty.
Oh,
it was amazing.
Week 0 games?
New Mexico, God bless New Mexico State. I love Jerry Kill, all that. They lost to Don Brown and UMass.
The great Don
UMass looked pretty good. I watched probably half the game, but it felt like a scrimmage. Nebraska never feels like a scrimmage.
No, the one side was half full. The other side was completely full because that's the other side's facing into the sun. And that's like having a magnifying glass on your face, like that. It's just it's oh god, it's so hot. It's August in New Mexico.
San Diego State, this Pac-12 savior. Yeah. Watch that game and watch how many people are in the stands. Damn. Yeah,
they beat Ohio 20-13, right?
Yeah, it was a nice win. Nobody saw it.
No one's there.
What is the crowd expectation for Thursday night?
Sold out.
Is it sold out?
Is it?
Yeah.
I think it'll be that. It's a as I mentioned before, it's a great stadium in my opinion. It's smaller, but it's a when you go in there, you're like going, this is really cool. The one end zone is kind of bizarre because it's so low. It's only like 12 rows or 15, whatever it is. It's kind of bizarre.
How's the media set up?
It's good.
You like it?
Well, press box is incredible.
Press box is the media seating is a little more toward the goal line. You've been
It is. I know. I was asking you because you're on the show. I know the media setup.
That's good. He wants your take, Keith.
Right.
It is good. It's probably it's probably the newest press
box.
It's
the press box area for coaches is outstanding.
It's great.
Usually you don't see them set toward the end zone. They're usually in the middle of the field, right?
Traditionally, but more and more they're kind of, it's valuable property up there. If you're going to sell suites or whatever, you're going to put them more toward the middle of the field.
What type of food do you look for when you kind of peruse through the media area? There's food.
There's food.
Yeah. What do you usually go with?
Whatever's up there.
Remember Autzen Stadium?
Probably
Oregon. Remember Autzen? How good that spread was?
I don't.
Oh God,
it was memorable.
It was a buffet. It was a buffet.
Six one memory is the food from that game.
I don't remember it.
It was a buffet.
Oh,
I loved the stadium.
There's
It was
lemon
cool, but-
meringue pie on the buffet. Hello.
By the time I got to it, you probably had
He
eaten.
is
It
all
probably
just
wasn't
leftover
there.
scraps at that
Yeah.
point.
I always check it out when I'm going to the press box. If I'm walking by, I'm always like, I wonder what they got. I don't always take anything, but I check
You
it
can
out.
take it.
I want to know what's going on.
Cookies are a weakness.
Yeah, cookies
Yeah.
are, and they're so
They're
easy.
so easy to
They're
grab
so
and-
easy. Just
yeah.
grab a
Is that,
cookie.
is that, can I ask you,
You
is
get
that
stuff on your
nervous
fingers,
eating for
wipe
you?
it on your socks.
Is that
Wipe it on your socks. Yep,
is that
absolutely.
nervous eating for you?
nervous eating?
Are you-
A little bit,
Yeah.
probably.
A lot of times the coaches have to go through the media section
Yeah.
to get to their press box or and then at halftime back down. Do you guys ever joke at all that it's like the president's coming through? Because it is. When you
Little
come
bit.
through, it's like
It's ridiculous.
everyone back,
Yeah.
everyone back.
Yeah.
Coach is coming through.
yeah.
Like we have to
You have a lot of power.
like
Keith.
we
You
have
a lot
to
of
like we
power.
have to land an aircraft or something.
It's like 2 or 3
Pe-
event staffers.
Event
with them, and
staffers
it's
with
like,
them and walking. They're talking into their cuff and stuff, like that. We got 019. They're here. It's like you guys have to look at it and just go, this is so embarrassing.
go through the freight elevator and
Yes.
the service kitchen to get there. And
Yeah.
very important people.
Yeah,
Just-
we're not that important. That's the part that's
just
fun.
tuning in. We're joined by Keith Mann, the Associate AD of Communications for Nebraska football. And I'm curious, Keith, we haven't talked about this yet. We've mentioned that Thursday night is this week's game. It's odd being a Thursday, but in general, Nebraska's first 2 games are on the road this year. We never see that.
No, but you know what? It's like 1995, I think, is the last time we've opened with 2 road games.
How about that?
That's
How about
amazing.
that?
Well, we
That's
did in the,
amazing.
How about Keith Mann nailing
Drop
that?
knowledge.
we did in the
Wow.
COVID year. That doesn't count.
It doesn't
we,
count.
we weren't
Yeah.
supposed to, but
1995.
yeah. But what's odd is we haven't had a Saturday season opening home game since 2019.
Whoa.
COVID screwed it up. Then we had 2 week 0 games. This year's a Thursday night game. So, if you look back before that, it's like we opened at home every year against a non-conference opponent. Now we've had 4 straight years
That's
of playing a
How
conference.
about next year?
Supposed to be
Got to put them on the
UTEP.
spot.
UTEP,
The Miners.
the Miners.
They made a bad decision on Saturday night.
Did
Still, I talked about it.
Down
yeah.
the goal line
Yeah,
there.
and that wasn't going 20-yard line. making
Yeah,
a
next
decision.
year we have 3 schedules changed, but next year we had 3 non-conference games at home to open. So
That'd be nice.
that'd be traditional for our fans.
When do you think they'll have the redone schedule?
Yeah,
with the
when,
additions
when,
of
will
Washington,
20
Oregon?
when will 24 come out?
When they prior to adding the most
Yeah,
recent
they had
2
it done.
teams, they had the opponents and where you're playing them, but not the dates. And they said later this year, so that's
Okay.
pretty vague, obviously. But I don't know if that'll still be the case. Seems like conferences and TV networks do those later and later all the time. So hopefully sooner than later.
So maybe later this year, like December.
Yeah, probably not much before that. I mean, they got to rework it now, obviously. So
When they do schedules, do they just run like a crazy computer program and spits out 10,000 different things,
think
and then
so.
and then you have to look at different because some logos. I mean, you could just get stuck sometimes if it just like if all of a sudden you're like Indiana and you're all of a sudden you're like, well, we got USC, we got Oregon, we got Ohio State, we got all of a sudden it's like when there's no divisions anymore.
The Big Ten, not just in football, but they have a guy. He actually's previously or maybe still works at Michigan State, but he's got like a scheduling matrix, and you put in certain parameters. You can't play 3 straight road games,
Okay.
et cetera, et cetera. It'll spit out, like Bill said, however many schedules, and then I think then you start looking at them like, this one doesn't look right, So
God,
but
that
it's-
sounds laborious.
it wouldn't be easy.
Oh, it sounds horrible.
Especially, it's one thing when you got divisions and 6-year games and you're going to play 3 of these, but now it's 18 teams. There's no divisions. Yeah.
That's crazy how that's going to happen.
I just imagine also when you add these 4 teams from the West Coast,
Right.
USC, UCLA, Washington, Oregon, it's to be crazier for you guys in terms of travel.
Yeah. I mean,
Can you
it's-
have lined up for this?
yeah, we're in a way, it won't be as crazy for Nebraska.
Sure,
as
right in the
if
middle.
you're right in the middle. So
Right
we're
in the
going
middle.
2.5 hours on a plane to Washington, and we're going 2.5 hours on a plane to Rutgers. If you're going from
Hold
Rutgers to Washington, 5 hours.
Your travel, though, now we've had this conversation too, is not quite so crazy.
I'll text Sipple sometimes when we land in Lincoln, and he's still in the press box.
He's still in the press box.
I'm not even done with my column
And
yet.
they got a flight the next
Morning
morning
at
at
6
a.m. But then they're going to Charlotte to get to Lincoln. That doesn't make any sense.
And you are home.
I'm home.
If you go back though, 15 years, whatever, when you used to build it, how much faster it used to be. We used to drive the buses right to the plane.
Yeah.
And right to the plane, just walked right off.
You don't
the
do that
bus.
now?
No, you got to go through
No.
security and you get it's not as bad as what it was 5 years ago. 5 years ago was brutal, but back in the day, I mean, you literally pulled on and you walked right off the plane, right on. You grabbed a chocolate milk and sat down. It was incredible.
Man, I see. I thought for sure that's what you would still do.
Well,
No.
it's you have to go through some form of
Yeah.
There's always there's some security you have to be able to go through. It's better than what it was. It's
Our
better.
screeners in Lincoln, the first trip
Is
of
everyone?
the charter, they will screen everyone. And then there's a certain percentage as you get through the year that they have to do.
The veterans like Keith know how important it is for like the non-player group to get out early and onto the plane. So when the team arrives, there's no line built up. They want to be able to go through it very quickly to be able to get it done. Like at LSU, I always you could drive to the stadium. You have to go out with the team. You could drive to the airport. I mean, and so we always got there early.
Yep.
So you got your stuff all set, and you get your laptop set up and things, and the team would arrive. But you're already on.
Yep.
So that helped a ton for people to get on and off of it.
Well, we're gonna do something right now that I know that Keith is very good at because he texts answers after the fact all the time.
Yes.
Sometimes, wow. Sometimes, wow. Shots fired.
Yeah, he'll send some wows on.
Keith likes trivia. He does well at Shut Up Sipple
He's really good
from
at
his
trivia.
car, wherever he's listening
Yeah,
from.
how are we gonna do? You set the parameters.
Well,
here.
He's got to be the lifeline.
He's a lifeline. Yeah,
I'm out.
Keith's a
We're easy
lifeline.
win then.
Bill's
Yeah.
just going to be here to look
Yeah.
good today. You know,
Yes.
on the
Easy
camera.
win today.
Okay,
Yeah,
today's
don't call in today.
Today's
You're gonna
topic:
lose.
Yeah.
top college quarterbacks this season.
Okay.
This
Oh.
season's top college
You
quarterbacks.
have Keith, man.
We should go 44.
This is
Better
incredible.
if this was like 90s or 2000s.
It would be better.
I
Yeah,
would
but
do
still.
better than knowing all this year's guys.
Current top college quarterbacks: 464, 5685.
Today's opening day. That's right. We keep track now.
Oh yeah,
You could put us-
hey,
the
the record starts
start-
today. Thank
That's
you,
right.
Josh.
Thank
The
you,
record
Josh.
he
Can't
is
win
0-0.
Can't win them all if you don't win the first one.
That's
There
right.
we go. Shut Up Sipple starts
Can't drink
right
before noon.
now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
All right, 464-5685. Call the Takedown Sip and Trivia. Again, as Josh pointed out, the reset, the season begins today in Shut Up Sipple. How do you feel, Sip?
How are you going to do this? How are you going to do? Are you going to name the? How are you going to? How you set the parameters of this?
Question:
particular-
How you?
Oh, I will give you the quarterback. You tell me what team he plays for.
This is
It's
like
simple, right? That should be. These are top college quarterbacks this season.
Well, I mean, I only get Keith for one, so this is no guarantee.
I know, but it's like having a guy from NASA here and naming famous astronauts, basically.
Wow, what a
comparison.
Well,
That's
keep
what
in
it
mind,
is.
Keith specializes in one team. He doesn't specialize in the world.
Yeah,
we haven't seen anyone. A handful of teams play.
Right.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
So I'm not.
Keith Mann is here. Yes. Matt, how do you feel about top college quarterbacks this year?
Couple things, Jake. Not great, and more importantly, I had the privilege of playing golf behind Jake yesterday.
No way.
And,
At
yeah,
Holmes.
and he hits it a mile. He's
Let's not lie to people here, Matt. Come
Whoa,
on. I hated
the
DC.
big dog.
The big dog. Let it hunt.
I played.
He played well. He played well.
I played well.
I
yesterday.
did though earn
dance and he
a
hits
bagel
the
from
mile.
him on a trick shot on 13. So Jake, no
That's
matter
it.
what happens today, I'll be in for my bagel.
Okay, that's right. I do owe him some bagels because of what happened on hole 12. Actually, hole 12 yesterday. He had par 3. He had a great shot behind.
You're right. Yeah.
All right, let's get to it. Matt, Keith is a lifeline for one question for Sip. Here's your first question. What school does quarterback Michael Pratt star for this year in college football?
Oh boy. Not a clue. I'll go Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. And by the way, these are all seen as like top 20 quarterbacks via a lot of different services out there.
Oh, wait a second.
Are you stealing
I
this?
think I know this, but it would be rolling the dice to start the season.
Well, I want to establish something here. These are all FBS quarterbacks.
I think
FBS
this guy led a pretty big bowl win last year.
All right, let's do this. Hey,
Let him
Keith,
do it. Let him roll.
This
Keith.
is yeah.
Do it.
He plays for Tulane.
He is on the green wave. That's correct. Look at Bill.
This
All
is
right.
incredible.
Keith has been utilized.
This is just
Bow down to Keith.
Oh, it is.
Tulane
This
is correct.
incredible. This is incredible.
There's still time for simple messages.
Are you
There's
okay?
plenty of
Are
time.
you verklempt?
We're
verklempt? Get your breath. Verklempt. Get your
Hand to
breath.
God. This is like having Tina Weena in here.
All right, Sip. First question.
Tina Weena?
You're up. All right. What
That
school?
was butter.
What school does quarterback Will Howard play for?
Oh, come on. The people are going to kill you for asking.
These are top. It should be all be easy. This should all be
Kansas
easy.
State. Kansas State.
These should all be
2-0 lead.
2-0
2-0 lead.
Big flex.
It
Big
is.
flex.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Matt,
2-0.
Matt, to
2-0.
stay alive, your last
Quit
question.
flexing.
All right, Matt. What school does quarterback Jalen Daniels
come
play
on.
for?
Oh,
I got it.
that's embarrassing. Ask those people.
Well, these are all
The
top.
first- the
They're
first
top quarterbacks.
Hey, I know this. So
Matt.
my safety's sitting. I mean, his eyes are huge right now. And he's
Jalen.
6'3".
There's
by
two quarterbacks.
Gosh, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. It seems confident. I'm gonna go right.
What is that answer, Sip? Sip, what is that answer?
It's the Tigers.
That's not the Tigers.
No,
We passed.
Kansas.
See, that was confusing because there's
Kansas, Sip.
Jaden Daniels and Jalen Daniels.
Oh, wow.
Kansas.
That's. I was thinking the other way.
But
That-
you already
good
know
one.
thinking LSU too.
Yeah,
I
right?
was thinking LSU too.
Keith
There's
Thompson,
two
yeah.
Jaden and Jalen.
That's right. They have the
Trick
same.
question.
Yeah.
Again,
Go down to Keith.
This is unbelievable.
Trick question. Look at Smooth. Look
This
at
is-
Mr. Smooth
He
over
is
here.
like that. Oh,
Simple always says it's hard when you're in that chair and you got to do it on the spot.
We got Tulane.
Not for
right?
him.
not for him. He's the
Uh-huh.
bomb back.
The director of sports.
Director of sport.
He's director of sport.
That's right.
Him and Dennis LeBlanc. They run the university.
How about
Those two
that?
guys. Dennis LeBlanc and him run the university.
You want your last question while we're
Get
at?
Keith. Get Keith.
This,
Yeah,
make
Keith.
Bill do this.
All right,
No,
Bill,
Keith.
I think
got it.
Bill will get
I want to
this.
see Keith. I want to see. I
All
want
right,
to see him
Keith,
operate.
can you keep
Yeah.
it going? What
Yes.
school does quarterback Will Rogers play for?
Will Rogers.
That's an easy one.
It's gotta be.
Is it?
Ooh, Bill's calling.
It's got to be Tulsa, isn't it?
Is it right?
It's from Oklahoma.
I don't know if that. Mississippi State.
Yeah.
Whoa,
He did it like this too.
Oh,
Yeah,
whoa,
Mississippi State.
think it's
He
Mississippi
faked it so
State.
bad. He
Keith.
did it the whole time.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Hold it. Let's do this. Keith, name all 133 starters. Name them all alphabetically. Air Force. Who do you got? He could do it. He knew the name of the
how about
Jalen
Yeah,
Jaden.
yeah, he knew. Yeah, he knew I was.
Me and
trick-
Sip, they
it's a
got
trick
us.
Question.
We're the ones they would get every time.
We're like
We're the
cackling
guys
And
idiots.
Simple says Tigers because
I
there's
knew
like
it.
7 Tigers.
Yeah.
So he thought it covered him on LSU,
Yeah.
Auburn,
I got Auburn.
Missouri.
Yeah, why
Me
not?
and Sip are the ones we're walking down the midway of the carnival. They just can't wait to see us coming. It's just
And here
cack.
comes Keith.
Here comes Keith right behind going,
Rolling
don't
his
play,
eyes.
don't
rolling
play,
his
guys.
eyes.
Don't play that game. You can't win that.
How about Keith comes in here
He's a
and
gamer.
nails every one?
He
Yeah.
does well in the game show all the time from afar when
Yes,
he's not
he
even
does.
playing.
You are taking one of your daughters to school and listening, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, not anymore. I've retired from that job.
Oh, you have.
She's
Yeah,
driving
both
now.
the younger one's in high school. So
Oh, they
they ride with the older daughter.
Wow.
Oh,
So what is your listen time usually then? Are you about the 7:15 window?
Yeah.
Somewhere?
7:10.
7:10.
7:12, 7:10 to 7:12.
Various times.
I give you a good 2 minutes
Depends on
there.
what
That's
you guys
what-
are talking
That's when no
about.
one- we usually have some bizarre
locked in.
stuff.
Yeah, if he's locked in or not.
We have some bizarre stuff, especially if my sister's texting in.
Tamra.
Yeah, she
Tamra.
texted in a score for the song and you didn't read it. So
I didn't look at the
so
text
it's,
for the
you know,
scores.
it's-
We had
it's gonna-
Keith in here. We were
it's gonna-
talking.
it's gonna-
Keith's here.
It's going to come up, just so you know.
Keith,
All
you are
right.
tremendous.
Yeah,
Keith
that was fun.
unbelievable.
Thanks, guys.
He is Keith Mann, again, the Associate AD for Communications for Nebraska
Senior
football. He was
associate.
wonderful. Keith, thanks for your time.
Yeah, you bet.
We'll
Thanks
see
for
you.
having me.
Thank you, K-Man.
All right. The spillover is next on Early Break in the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Is this you? You feel the same way every day, and it's not good. You may think there's a magic pill that can fix you. There isn't. Limitless Male has found that the majority of men who admit they feel bad are suffering with low testosterone, which can cause these symptoms: low energy, brain fog, belly fat, muscle loss, low libido. Sound familiar? Get your testosterone checked at Limitless Male. Your first consult is free, Insurance accepted.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese, found in most local grocery stores.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. This week, they have your tailgate and holiday barbecue needs. Enjoy all natural whole pork butt for just $1.69 per pound. USDA choice whole brisket for $3.99 per pound. And 30 packs of butt for only $15.88 when you buy $4.01 in fresh meat. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center just south of 84th and Van Dorn in Lincoln.
Summer is winding down, but there's no reason to put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Sign up today for 9-hole leagues this fall, any day from Monday to Friday, starting on September 25th. Check out their deals on monthly memberships and schedule your Husker watch parties, birthday or bachelor parties, corporate and team outings, or just a good old Saturday with the boys. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Call today at 402-742-0140.
Jay Foreman here. Join us on Thursday, August 31st for our pregame show for Nebraska against Minnesota at the Warhorse Casino in Southwest Lincoln. We'll go from 4 p.m. to kickoff at 7 p.m. with the whole ticket crew. Make sure to drop by and see us at the Warhorse Casino.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at medical.com or call 402-323-8400. Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Summer is near. Now's the time to clean or replace your furnace filter to get the most out of your AC. Find energy-saving tips at les.com/save-energy.
If your home water doesn't taste right, look right, or smell right, just call Bryant for the solution to your water problem. Call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
For Sean Jackson for Brandt Excavating. Brandt's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brandt is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brandt Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrandtExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brandt Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, go Big Brand!
We're on the air. Well, the party's starting early today, isn't it?
To more of Early Break with Sip and Jake.
Simple, you are an idiot.
Brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Surprise, it's just me and Sip with a spillover. Bill to step out. We thank Keith Mann once again for coming in. Raph and AD are both doing the show for stream today. Okay. So That's the situation.
Well, it's just like the old days.
Just like the old days. It was just us two.
Isn't that something?
It's something. It's fun. Hey, by
We
the
do
way,
this occasionally.
the spillover is brought to you by South Point Medical and Aesthetics. I got a text during the break from the text line from not Rebecca Pearson, our owner, but Rebecca listener.
Yes, Rebecca.
She has an update on the Ducks, Pablo and Cruz.
Okay, let me hear this.
She says, want to give you an update on the Ducks. They're loving the farm life and getting very big, Pablo and Cruz.
That's good. God,
But the thing is, they're loving the farm life.
That's good. That's where they belong.
Over in Sterling.
Hopefully,
Sterling, Nebraska.
Hopefully there's some water because ducks need water.
Yeah.
Trix was really adamant about that when I took him home. It was amazing how much they grew over one day. I don't know if you noticed that.
Oh, no. The day or two. Like they went from this big to this big.
Yeah. They grow fast.
Yep. She says the ducks are doing well and getting big.
Okay, that's good.
Living life from the farm.
Rebecca.
Thank you, Rebecca, for the update. Thank you for taking the ducks and giving them a good life.
Yeah, and I'm not playing that down at all. We really appreciate that. Those ducks, there was a mild concern about where they would end up. So they end up in a perfect spot. A little idle chit chat quickly. Shout out to Missing Tooth Greg, our friend, who saved me. I'm going to say he saved me $400 yesterday because he did a 31-point inspection on my hog in his garage.
31 point.
Well,
how long does that take?
It took us 4 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But I didn't get my hog service this summer till right now. So Jake, you always say ride your hog more. This is going to be a late summer, fall hog season for me because of Greg. I mean, largely because of Greg. It was fun. He's got a great setup, by the way, in Northeast Lincoln. Got a great garage. He's got 2 man caves because he's got his garage man cave, which is really nice, plus a real man cave. And he also taught me. Oh, here's one thing I wanted to ask you. Have you ever had wasabi peas?
Yes,
you have.
They're extremely spicy, right? Hot, very hot,
pretty hot.
So I actually have in my office. I've got like some wasabi almonds.
You do?
Yes, I'll let you have some after the show. They are hot. They are delicious. It's a different flavor.
Yes,
but it's good. They are definitely hot.
This is probably falls under the category of you missed out on all the fun. You've said that's the title.
But you did go in the helicopter, though.
Yeah.
So we're having some more fun. We're trying to get more fun for you.
Yeah, and had some wasabi peas.
There you go. Look at this.
Yeah. Late in life, there's going to be a lot more wasabi peas and pork rinds. Now, so Greg, anyway, so now the hog's ready to roll. Probably ride it to work more now. I mean, I just didn't want to push it too much.
Well, I always
fluids were fine.
You used to ride that to Beatrice for your speeches down there. I was like, it makes me sad you don't ride it down there.
I didn't ride it as much this summer, but now there's going to be a late summer push. I rode it to Manawa yesterday. I mean, I rode it to Manawa early. Then we did the afternoon thing at Greg's. But it's ready to roll now.
Yeah, you asked about Seth earlier in the show. My friend Seth, who you did not see at the Beatrice Country Club for your speech. He said he was mowing at that point. I told him.
Was he?
He's a hardworking guy.
He has his mowing company in Beatrice.
And he's very confident in his mowing skills. He has said many times he's the best mower in the state.
Wonder what makes you the best mower. Is it speed? Is it straight line? He'll
send me a picture of a yard he's done like every 3 days. Just like he's just so proud of it.
Is it the trim? It's probably the whole package.
It's everything.
The trim, everything. I bet he doesn't leave grass on the pavement, which I do, which I almost like doing. I like to see the grass on the pavement.
I'm trying to find the latest text he sent me. It was like all about how he's the best mower in the country. But
Seth.
Oh, he says, yeah, this is yesterday. Yesterday at 7:23 p.m. I am the greatest of all time mower. I've done 12, I think, since 3:15 or 3:30. That was over a 4-hour stretch. 12 yards.
Seth, your friend mowed how many lawns?
He said 12 yards in about 4 hours.
Does he have a crew?
He does have a crew, but this is by himself, though.
How does that even happen?
The crew all does a different yard. They don't need to have multiple on the same yard.
He's just whipping, isn't
There's
he?
riders, and there's push. He pushes the small yards, but rides the big yards.
Man, he's just whipping through a day.
He does. Whips through it.
Yeah.
Whips through it.
Football, anything on your mind about Minnesota?
Yep. Again, expecting a loss up there, but I hope I'm wrong. I was talking yesterday with some families. Think about Friday. So again, you sadly won't be here. You'll be traveling back Friday, which is a bummer. You missed the show, but that's Thursday. That's the way it is. If it was a home game, you would be here.
It'd be weird. It's weird.
But just imagine if they win this game. If they win on Thursday, like we will have euphoria for the first time in a while. Now, Iowa was euphoria, but the season was already lost at that point. It was like, this is just for pride. We were 3-8 going in. Oh, you went 4-8. Congrats. You ended a bad season on a good note. This is something where, hey, we're thinking a bowl game's possible, even though, like you said earlier, those who say 6-6 are counting this as a loss.
A lot of people
in that
would be.
projection.
Yeah,
right?
a lot of people would be.
7.5-point underdog right now. Now, I don't think you want to go overboard and change your opinion on the season based on one game, but hey, that's a big win.
Hold on.
A road win at Minnesota off the bat.
Hold on. I do think this game could change your opinion because there's a lot of things we don't know, right? I still regard Nebraska as a bit of a wild card team because you don't know what Sims, you don't know what you got totally in Sims. Is he better than he was at Georgia Tech? What if he's a lot better? You know, I mean, Billy Kemp is a bit of a wild card. You kind of know what you got, but what's it going to look like here with this group of players? There's a lot of things with a new coaching staff. And let's face it, with a new coaching staff, you don't know how it's all going to look. So maybe it'll look noticeably better. Wild card.
Well, we point out they have a lot of returning guys.
They have a lot of
returns. A lot of starts.
They have a lot of returners.
Experience.
They do. In that regard, they're not a wild card, but these are all guys playing in a new system with new coaches.
And Luke Reimer said, "Why can't we win right now? Why not?"
Right. That's what.
That
was the message that the veterans sent to Rule right away. This doesn't have to be a Temple 2-10, a Baylor 1-11. We got guys here. We just
tighten a few things up. We should be fine. Tighten some things up. We're a good team. We got to tighten up a little bit.
Yeah. Well,
that's probably seriously. That sounds pretty easy. But that's probably what it is. You know, can we just dial it a little bit more on some areas? Concentration, focus, fix some issues.
You know me, Jake. I can overcomplicate things. I think there's a lot in that conversation to go from 4-8 to 8-4. There's a lot. There's a lot that would have to get better. I don't know. There's just some things I just don't. I don't wild card Fedoni. I don't know. I don't know what Fedoni's got. He's critical. I don't know what he's got because he's coming off injury.
Let's see if Nebraska gets to the 20-yard line. Do they go to Fedoni in the red zone? Is he a target? Is he your guy?
Right. Wild card. I don't know. Do they have wild card? I don't know if they have. What's does Jay Sherman have? I mean, is he a bona fide pass rusher? Is he a guy that can get you, Jake, 80 to 100 tackles? Because he's a starting jack. He's got that's what they're going to ask of him. He's got to make a lot of plays.
How about
wild card? How's Hendrick's knee? I mean, I don't know.
It's important, and Matt Rule addressed it, but can you get off the field on third down defensively, and also offensively? Who's your 3rd and 7 target? If it's 3rd and 5, 3rd and 7, who are you throwing to? Is it a tight end? Is it Billy Kemp at 5'8"? Is it Bullock, who's had a great camp so far as a starter?
Yeah, don't know that.
Do you have receivers you can rely on to make tough catches on 3rd and 6?
We do know a lot. We covered it in the first segment today. We do know a lot about the personnel in that there are a lot of holdover guys, but there's still a lot of questions intermingled. That's why I keep one more time. That's why I regard them as a wild card team. And I don't have a great handle on this game. I could see them winning, but I go back. I think it'd be foolish to pick them. I mean, I'm not picking with my heart here. I mean, if your house is on the line, who are you picking? Yeah, you got to.
But that's why I'm saying it's even better that if Nebraska goes to Minneapolis as an underdog, a deserved underdog, and they win, it's just going to be incredible on Friday. And then you're watching games Saturday. You're enjoying Labor Day weekend stress-free because you've already played, you've already won. Oh, God.
And what you have
time it would be. And you got Colorado.
And you got Colorado. Oh, God.
You can watch Colorado play against TCU, see how they look. Maybe you can size them up a little bit.
Do you know how nice this weekend might be?
Just give us that win. Just give us that win off the bat.
Any kind of win, too.
I don't care if it's close.
Yeah.
If it's
9-7, just do it.
Just win.
Yeah. Give me a 9-7. I'll take it.
6-3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't great, but it's a win.
Yeah.
Find a way. That's it for us. The Drive with Raph and AD is next for Bill Busch and Steve Sipple. I am Jake Sorensen. See ya.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated